down till you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, skirling that tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy, joined by Spinball Rex, Chris Skywalker, Nick Kohloff.
Let's
Justin's
go.
in here in the massage chair. He's no shirt. Kind of weird. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Smash that like button. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Spinny, none of us bet on this man. In fact, we rooted for him to get caught.
Yeah.
He was one of the two that we were like,
he's
go
gonna
get
be
him.
next. Yeah, gotta get this guy off the streets.
It was Jermaine Donald and Corey Price. And Corey Price
They got Corey.
got apprehended today.
And we found out that a lot of these guys actually killed someone.
Yeah, I was defending. I was like, yo,
These are
Linton,
not
he probably didn't even
upstanding
do it. Look at this guy. He's a
Lenton-
good-looking kid.
Lenton was one
Lenton's
of the
a murderer.
He was,
He
one of the dangerous ones.
And he assaulted not a police officer. What do you call him in the prison?
Correctional officer.
He assaulted. He has an additional charge,
Right?
for assaulting a correctional officer. I think that's
what it
right.
is.
I think
Yeah,
I
think
watched a
that's
lot of
right.
Prison Break.
yeah.
And I've been there. I'm hard. But
Jermaine Donald also,
never been to prison.
validated as a scary guy. Also
Also a murderer.
The
Yeah.
guy- murderer.
We were right about that
in
one.
the eyes of the law.
The one Chris picked.
Dude,
I thought there'd be like some credit card theft, some like
Yeah.
bank defrauding. They're all murderers that are
No,
out
no,
fucking running on the loose.
this guy, the guy I bet on is sick. So he was breaking into a car, and when he stole the car, he saw a witness running away, and he just ran him over.
And he killed the
And then his
witness.
friend got out and shot him in the head.
Well,
it's his friend.
maybe
one of
these aren't the
10.
role models that we
Yeah.
expected these escaped convicts to be.
I've been duped.
I mean, they're definitely not.
No, you should never want to be
Oh,
in
Gary
prison.
Price, not Corey Price. I apologize.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I gotta find out what Derek.
Wait,
Rose
but
is. He looks like a
easy.
pretty-
One thing I wasn't able to confirm was if the accomplice was one of the 10 that also escaped, the one that got out the car and shot him.
Yeah.
After
he
my
more
guy
dangerous?
ran him over. I don't know if that's one of the 10 as well, but
Could be.
I don't know how correlated these fellas
We're
are.
still looking good with our soon-to-be stud.
Yes.
Yeah.
And hopefully,
still out in the
maybe
wild.
not, but hopefully in a good way, he'll appreciate us for it. We gave him some advice.
Gave him some advice.
Maybe he took it.
Maybe he did.
I think it could help him get far.
But now maybe the police start stopping.
Oh,
and
Derek
harassing
Rose serving a 2-life sentence for second-degree murder and 2 charges of attempted second-degree murder.
Wait, that's our guy?
That's our guy.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, that one hurts.
They're all fucking murderers.
They're all
That's
murder. Wait, 2 charges of...
Yes, so he's serving 2 life sentences for second-degree murder and 2 charges attempted second-degree murder related to 2018 Mardi Gras shooting in New Orleans, where he killed 2 men and wounded 2 others.
Ooh. Okay, yeah.
Well, you know what?
Catch that guy.
What did those 2 men do? Maybe they deserved it.
No, yeah.
Maybe they shouldn't have dressed like that day. Yeah.
You hate when the guy you picked just turns out to be
A
a convicted murderer. God.
Nick, how were you feeling once we found out Linton was a murderer? That was your guy too.
Can't trust anybody.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Lenton could not have the eyes of a murderer.
No, not at all. I'd be a
look like a
bad
nice
guy. Not a good. Yeah, I don't
guess
know.
we're not great judges of character.
Exactly. That's what I immediately was thinking. I'm like, I would have trusted that guy.
If we were
for
judges
sure.
like
And he would have killed you, probably.
Give this guy
Definitely
probation.
would be
He
dead
probably
right now
need
if
it.
I was in New Orleans just hanging around, whatever.
Man.
Yeah. Not locked
Yeah,
in.
that's-
2 life sentences, huh? I guess we backed the wrong horse here.
Yeah, I mean, I
to
guess
be
it
fair-
would make sense.
I mean, we're not backing them off of if they're morally just or right. We just think who's going
I
to
gotta know what is
last
Leo
out in the wild the longest.
Tate? Keep going. I gotta find out what Leo Tate did.
Steve O'Baby
these guys
says,
all
Spencer,
literally
can you
murderers?
imagine if you're on a date and she tells you she's a murderer, LOL. I tell her I'm going to kill that pussy later tonight.
Hey, yeah.
all right.
All right, sorry.
Maybe she meant in a good way.
Maybe she's...
yeah.
She's swallowing children.
Why did I get it all right, but that one's fine?
Because you said the P word.
Yeah,
That's a
it's-
gross word.
It's not that gross. It's
Do
a
you use
beautiful
that
thing.
word when you dirty text?
No.
Yeah, it's a weird. All right, it's a weird one.
Yeah.
I wish there was a better word for that
Yeah.
part of the body.
Box. Girl, I'm gonna beat that box. Yeah, no, I don't remember how we got into that. But that if you found out your date was a murderer, yeah, I'd have to get the context, and if
Split
she
the
was
check for
if she
sure.
was super hot, I'd probably just keep going. Like,
Yo, Leo Tate used to be a machine gun trafficker.
okay,
Nick, what are you opening a fucking president there?
yeah, dude's opening a bag of Skittles in the sound booth or something.
You boys know how it goes.
All right.
Good vibes. Good vibes.
Well, not so good vibes. Have you seen the? I don't want to get too deep into this because I don't want to be in.
She's a man eater, says Dr. Arrow. She's a man eater.
Children, women and children.
Oh no, cannibalism! I draw the line there.
And that's what she's doing. She's doing that.
I don't know. Well, yeah. I
She's
mean
swallowing
that.
those swimmers,
All
bro.
right, bro.
They're meant to go.
I feel like that's worse than what I said.
No, you don't even text the word. You said you don't even text that word. You said.
I do it when I'm calling my friend a pussy.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, that's true. It does. Like,
yeah.
you're such a pussy. Hey, nice pussy.
Yeah, you can't.
Wait.
Let me see that.
Pretty. Do you think that's how you say it? Or, hey, nice pussy.
You know what I've been
You're
using?
such a pussy.
Or what I would use?
Okay, we should.
If I was in the open market, I'd be saying fat ma. I've been seeing that. I feel like it's way more. Have you
It
seen
creams
referred
in
to
your
as
mouth
fat
a
ma?
little bit.
Fat ma?
Fat ma.
I've not seen it referred to as
A
fat
girl
ma.
when she's like tweeting about. No, not for dudes. They're probably.
Oh, they talk. How
Yeah,
they,
they call it
they
fat
can
ma.
say whatever they want.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
It's
way.
their word.
I've never heard it called that.
They
but
say vagina.
You're
Whoa.
a different.
It's their
Rumble
word. They
Twitter,
can say it
brother.
however they want.
You got a lot of baseball and Cowboys in your Twitter, brother. Mine's a little different than yours.
baseball and
Dude,
cowboy.
my Instagram
That's
feed
Travis'
is cracked. It's either all just big titty goth girls or hilarious memes. So I love my Instagram. I cultivated a lot of hours into that one.
Yeah, you put in the work for that one.
Yeah.
007
007 had pussy galore. For sure he did.
Yeah.
One of the all-time
Johnny Bravo
pussy
too.
getters.
Well, the crazy thing too is I feel like back in the day that was a word you could use a little bit more freely.
Definitely. I mean,
Fun story, Mike.
it's kind of like
Jesus
what? So we know that that's the female one. The male one's pretty obvious too, right? What would you say the male version of the P word is?
Dick.
I think it's cock.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you don't really
like
say-
don't, you don't say yeah.
You don't say unless it's
can't
suck
wait
my
to-
cock.
Hey, what do you think about my
Stop
cock?
saying it. See, yeah. When it's one of those things
You're
like, yo,
gonna
please
take
stop
this
saying it.
big veiny.
Don't do it. You know what you're getting. Yeah, that is the version of that.
Yeah.
Eat the clock up, baby.
Snatch says MPWMU.
See, we can't use it in a sexual context.
No. Hey, let me see that.
I
Snatch.
feel
to
like
kiss
I
your
feel like guys got
snatch.
I feel like guys got two words because I don't think anybody really says penis either.
Nobody says penis.
Yeah.
It's dick.
Yeah, but it's better than saying COCK. Like, that's for porn.
Cock.
strictly. Yeah.
It's strictly,
I don't know. I think
strictly
that's
for
really
porn.
bad. Yeah.
For sure. Or if you tell them, suck my cock, buddy.
Stop saying it.
I mean, that context is different.
But what if there's a little kid listening right now?
Don't say cock.
Which I was going to get to, actually. So,
It's a no-no word.
Oh, God.
so
What
Mother's
is
Day,
this
we have a-
I mean, if
transition?
little kids are listening to our show, they're already gone. Like,
Well,
it's
we're-
too far gone.
you know, we want all the numbers. We want more people in.
It's true.
They've heard worse than Call of Duty lobbies.
Hog. Hog's a good one. I like hog.
Hog, yeah.
Dude's got a hog on him. I say that a lot.
That's actually the only context I've heard that.
Yeah, dude's got a fucking hog on
Another
him.
man saying it
Yeah.
about another man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I've never heard
Dude's
a girl
probably
say,
got a
That's
hog.
a nice hog.
Never heard a girl say
I feel like
hog.
I've said that a lot in my life.
For sure, it's only a guy.
You
term.
think like
Dude's
the
probably got a
it's
hog.
a Ram
I say it
Ranch
about Shaq every time.
Do you think the
except
farm
sometimes-
girls say hog? Do you think the farm girls say hog?
Farm
They
girls
probably say
no.
horse. Boy, you got a horse dick.
Horse dick.
Boy, you got that big old horse pecker on you. Want to ride it?
Pecker's a good one. I like
Ride it
pecker.
home.
Pecker is the small version of hog. If you're saying someone, you say a little tiny pecker or a big old hog. As you know, look at this guy, his little tiny pecker.
Why are we-
If
why are
somebody
we
says
doing this?
pecker, it means they think your dick's small.
Yeah, Peckerwood.
Peckerwood, yeah. Hog is.
Peckerwoods.
There's no mistake in that.
Ain't no mistake in that. Hog.
Yeah, I don't know why it boiled down into this.
Yeah, I tried.
Danny G says I say phallus.
What?
Stick Suck says gash is up there. Gash is funny, but again, you can't say that
To a woman?
in sexy talk or to a woman.
Yeah, I want to know what you're saying in sexy talk. Like, let me get a taste of that gash. No.
I just say you.
yeah.
That's what
that
you
works.
say. You say you. I get a taste of you. Let me get up inside you. I want
Okay.
to.
All right.
You're getting hard over there.
Anyway,
Okay.
speaking of the P word, I want to say the story. So Mother's Day, we were
Most
barbecuing,
non-ADD
and
heavyweight
Bryson's
intro.
like, well, it's I guess it's his grandpa. We're knocking him back, you know, because
You and Bryson?
Good time. No, dude, me and Bryce's grandpa.
Oh.
And I don't know
know.
why he was pretty wasted, and he asked Bryce to do something, and he called Bryson a pussy. Yeah. Oh. So before I got fired up, Bryce said, "I'm not a pussy. You're a pussy."
Hell yeah, dude! Let's go! Yo, bitch.
Yeah, you know what I meant. You just throwing it around.
Hell
It
yeah,
was effective. It worked. So shout out to Baby B.
Shout out to Baby B. Baby B's gonna be trouble when he grows up, dude.
You are trouble.
You are
Mr. Bryson.
trouble. Mr. Halliburton.
Mr. Halliburton. Do you want to save the Tiger stuff for this next segment? We only got 3 minutes left.
No, we can just knock it out, go a little bit over.
All right. Detroit Tigers beat reporter Nick Kohloff.
What a game last night, fellas. One for the ages. Loved watching every second of it.
I was cracking
His
up
poll
at the
is
end of it.
50-50.
I was
Bro.
really laughing.
That was
Thomas Nito.
Yeah, Dude,
Just
shout
give
out
his leg
Thomas
like-
Thomas
Nito.
Nito or Roy Halladay?
Thomas Nito held it down for the Detroit Tigers. Jake Rogers officially coming back, but yeah, Nito into the game. I honestly was at the point it was 5-0. This team had nothing going on for him. I was ready for him to call it. Like,
Yeah,
like,
they can just
come
be
on.
like, all right.
Like, dude, come on. This
It's
team doesn't
raining.
get enough
Nobody
run
wants
stays
to be here.
Exactly.
Let's just pack it up.
They just
Mercy
had a,
rule in
they
that
just had a
moment.
horrible tornado hit St. Louis. Like, I was thinking they were going to call it. And no, what do? They put Todd Jones on with St. Louis broadcast trying to get through this rain delay, and it was the worst broadcast I've ever seen in my
What
life.
was that?
Not one of the worst.
Why did they bring the
I don't
why
know
they roll
what was
tarp?
going
They should've
on
let
with
the
that.
tarps down for sure.
Sure, look.
It got to the point, it looked like they wanted to get the fuck out of it.
Everybody did. They were
That's what
swinging
it
at
is.
the Cardinals were swinging at every pitch.
Thomas Nito.
Thomas Nito was carving them up.
He looked like he's tossing him to his son.
Yeah.
He hit a 1-2-3 inning, by the way, too.
Oh, dude. Electric.
Off of hits, but, you know, it is what it is. Real quick, I guess because the vote is 52%.
Dude, the poll is pretty close.
We got Crank, we got Johnson, we got Twats, we got
Nobody says
Pricks, we
Johnson.
got Beavers, we
Pricks is
got Clams,
British.
we got Hatchet Wound. I don't know
Beaver.
what an MP is. Oh, he's talking about MPWMU. We got Box, we got
Man
Cool Cat,
pussy.
Mr. Turtle. I don't even know what part you're referring to when you say that one. What's a Mr.?
Turtle, that's somebody that still has foreskin.
Ah,
Oh, that's
congrats
clever.
to you.
Nice on the dick cheese, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want any meat with that dick cheese?
Congrats on the dick cheese, bro.
Dangle piece, hang low, stank piece. Little stank on my hang low. The
Dude,
Don Dada.
I saw-
This is not top 10 current line.
Dude, I saw this.
We will get to that, though.
We will get to that. I saw this.
Little Winston.
I saw this reel,
Whoa.
and it was a bunch of people like protesting, not vasectomies, circumcisions.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I want dick cheese at protest. It's like a little kid holding a sign that says, "I want my foreskin back, dude."
Yeah. I'm good. To be
Yeah,
honest.
I'm good with no foreskin.
I don't remember it happening.
I like not being able to shower for a week and not have any cheese.
They do, if I'm not mistaken, maybe you guys, you guys all into college and whatnot. Don't
They say it's way more sensitive.
Okay, I was going to say that. But
They say the sensation is just outstanding.
thanks for the info on that one. I was say, don't they use it for stem cell? The foreskin?
The dick cheese?
Not the cheese, brother. The skin.
Oh,
The dick skin. They use it for stem cell, don't they?
I don't know.
Oh,
Ding-a-ling is a good one.
Ding-a-ling. That's a
Yeah.
Mr. Mario. Cum dumpster.
All right, now we're getting into categories.
Dangling. What? Hey, anaconda.
Yep.
Michael DeVries. Only a few of us could say
Gotta
that.
have a hog to say that one.
John Hughes calls his Pedro. That's it. Because he got a mustache? Or, I don't even. All right. Well, this has been a very informative segment.
Talking about dingalings, want to shout out our very own Dylan Dingler, the only guy that showed up last night for the Detroit Tigers, besides the double from Ibanez, but late. But Dylan Dingler, I mean,
No dick cheese on him.
per Spencer, who
Yeah.
knows? No, I'm kidding. All right.
Poor guy
Jesus.
can't even clip that now. Thanks a lot, Spencer.
Hey, you can. I'm giving him a compliment. Guy's got a clean dick. What do you mean?
I mean, everything, Jake Rogers comes back tonight, but everything that you've seen from Dylan Dingler, I mean, it proves to me that he is the catcher of the future here for the Detroit Tigers. Guy was hitting 290. He has extra base power, and he guns out anybody that tries to steal on him. I think Dylan Dingler is proven to be the catcher of the future for the Detroit Tigers. Welcome back, Raj. We'll keep Dingler fresh, but when it comes down to it and you need somebody for a big hit, I like my odds with Dylan Dingler more than Jake Rogers.
Adam P says Dingler is not circumcised. I know. So, okay. I'll believe you, brother.
Diddy in the chat said somebody
Yeah,
said,
my
"Well,
neighbor.
He was asleep.
He was asleep. He wanted to see what he was packing. I don't
Norm
think
from TV show
Dylan
Cheers.
Dingler's the catcher for the future. I think he's the catcher for right now. Like he should
Future's
be.
now, old man.
Yeah, he should be your one catcher. Obviously, you still give
I'm-
Rogers the Scooble starts, but Dylan Dingler should be. I know what you mean, Nick.
Yeah.
But I was just getting a headline off of
Clarifying.
your headline.
Oh,
He's not
thank
the
you.
catcher of the future. He's the
Yeah.
catcher right now
Thank
because
you.
he's the best catcher on this team. And
Yeah.
so you need him playing the majority of the starts, which I believe he will.
Yeah, I'm thinking like next 5 years, including this year.
Like I said, I think he's going to be everything that Tigers fans wanted James McCann to be. That big stallion behind the plate with the cannon, great defense, huge cock, and he can hit the ball. Like,
I expect
What
him
more
to
can
still
you ask for?
probably be majority of your everyday starter.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you rotate out your catcher every 2 days or every 3
Yeah.
days, whatever. But yeah,
Well,
it should
yeah,
definitely
I mean,
be
you know what I meant.
Dylan Dingler should get the most plate appearances.
Meadows, Veerling, conversation we can have. We can have the very next segment if you guys would like. Let us know. No Word Sports Chat. But until then, we got to go to break and tell you guys about Buddy's Pizza.
Sandy Dorton says one-eyed trouser snake. That's
Wow.
that one's.
Is that what she calls yours at night? Show me that one-eyed
Buddy's
trouser
Pizza.
snake, boy.
Buddy's fish.
Schlong. It took a while. for me
Schlong
to
is
say
a
it.
good one.
Schlong's a
Schlong
great
is one of my personal favorites.
Hercules, elephant trunk.
All right.
Norm from Cheers. That's a hell of a nickname.
Norm from Cheers. Let me tell you about Buddy's Pizza. Buddy's Pizza created the category of the original Detroit-style pizza and has been serving it since 1946. With 22 locations in Michigan, there's always a Buddy's Pizza near you. Buddy's is a cornerstone of the city of Detroit, being here for 79 years and is a dedicated community partner. With notable partnerships with local organizations like Michigan Humane, Salvation Army, the Detroit Zoo, and more. Save 10% off your entire order using promo code 10MEAL. That's the number 10, MEAL. Go find a location near you at buddyspizza.com.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasta salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Packs, Spenmo Raxter here to talk to you about Mad Packs. We filmed the Mad Pack Minute today, so make sure you stay tuned. That'll be coming out pretty soon. The social media is near you. Mad Packs is the hottest new cannabis brand, and they're partnering with Woodward Sports products, launching on May 30th, 2025. Mad Packs is going to take your game to the next level. High-low, getting you high for the low, delivering top-tier quality at unbeatable prices. Boom Shakalaka, Boom Shakalaka is a live resin-infused tarantula. This one's the bomb. They got the Blizzard Packs, THC, and Moon Rocks coming to select retailers May 30th. So go to getmadpacks.com to find out where you can find the best smoke in the game. And stay tuned with Woodward Sports for the latest updates.
Purple-headed yogurt slinger, dipstick, dude piston, one-eyed German, ham hock, mandeagle, pork sword,
Pork sword is great.
meat missile,
Hey, shout out.
custard launcher, stick sucks. You're out of control with that one, brother.
What did he say?
Utensil in my drawers, pocket rocket, pecker,
Jesus.
free willy, Darth Vader helmet,
What did Stick Suck
extra
say?
belly button,
Gun Guy says take your pants off.
dingus, Johnson, inchworm. Nice,
Pork
Sandy.
sword is probably my favorite.
Willie, Weasel. Nothing starts a sports show off like those kind of names.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Whatever Weight's Live on
Remember when
Sports.com.
we did the-
Heavyweight. That's what I'm gonna call mine.
There you go.
Heavyweight champ.
Remember when we did the movies that would make good porno names, and it was just the entire
That
show?
was one of my favorite shows.
That was awesome.
You guys were
I don't think Nick was here for
knocking
that.
out the park. Nothing.
Was Nick here for that? Were you here for that? I think
no.
that was JB. I think it was
JB.
before Owen. I think it was
Yeah, we
JB.
were changing Disney titles to porn names, right? Or
Yeah.
changing
Chris
all
might.
movies.
Chris, were you here for that?
Chris was here for sure.
I don't recall.
that
it.
might have
That
been
might have
Gentry.
been Gentry.
No, Chris was here. I remember.
I don't know.
Because I was only like out like the first like week or two.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's true. You were probably.
I remember
probably
Raj
was there,
was
but
here.
I don't recall this.
Raj was here.
You opened the show up with Raj.
Yeah,
And poor him, we couldn't get any of his
couldn't
stuff
get any of
going
his baseball takes.
because we were just doing the weird.
Roger's the man. Shout out.
Shout out to Raj.
Raj is
Friend.
the man.
Friend,
Yeah.
for
Oh
sure.
yeah, Raj is a
Kills
a,
it.
a
I
great
saw
human.
him on
We're
Chill
gonna have
7
him on
in a clip, but
He got.
Let's have him on
What?
soon.
Yeah, definitely.
I
That'd be a
drunk.
great
I,
idea.
didn't
I
you?
was drunkly texting him. Did I
Yeah.
say Thursday?
you drunkenly texted me Thursday. Yeah.
Okay,
That's what you
yeah.
said.
But he got noticed by the Detroit Tigers baseball writers.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
What was that?
Accepted. Scuba was able to accept his
Yeah.
award, and they honored Raj Rogelio down there.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I
And
was-
it's-
he was right
and
next
it's,
to he was right next to Scoob in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
Rogelio's
was-
the man, dude.
Yeah, we were talking after. I was like, thank God I didn't go down there. I was like, I didn't know
Well
what you guys were
deserved.
doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be funny.
Hey, Rogelio! Yeah. Nice on the hot start. Yeah.
Oh God.
Ayo J-Bo in the Woodward Sports chat sends a super chat and he says, "My favorite show was when Chris dressed up
Or Pete.
in the Gibb suit, got the dog in him."
That was definitely one of the most
Shout out Pete.
take one
That
for the
was
team
Pete,
moments
and that was K9.
of all time.
To be fair, I mean, like you got a mask on, you can still say it's Pete. I don't know why you're
Yeah.
tripping on that one.
No, that's what I said.
I think
Shout
it
out-
did
shout out
nothing
to
but
Pete.
help your image. There are
Yeah.
people with
Your picture,
your
as their-
picture as their profile picture.
Pete, if you're listening, you know they
Shout
have
out Pete.
your profile.
Yeah, Pete.
Shout out to Pete, constant professional.
Wiener Schnitzel.
Pete would probably
Mick-
do it for free.
Pete
Pete's probably just got one. Pete's low key freaky, dude.
the
He's probably
cake
just got one.
froster, the bird beater,
What?
last of the Mohicans.
Pete's freaky, dude. What do you
Uh,
mean? Pete's told me his stories in Bowling Green. He was in a rock band, dude. Pete's probably got a fucking
sure.
Get mask laying around.
for sure.
He's like
D-Mac called it.
He's like Motley
I
Crue.
like doing coke
D-Mac
and choking
did call it.
strippers.
What do we
I
have to
love
do for the
Pete. Pete's a
return
man,
of the
dude.
emo heavyweights? That's a great question.
Emo
That is
was
a
a
great-
crazy day.
Stay tuned, actually.
Spike.
Once we have a couple more conversations, we
Stay
probably put
tuned.
something together.
Big things in the works here, and I liked that that marathon stream as well. We might have to do another one of those.
Buckbird. Are we going to consider? Are we going to discuss
We're gonna
Belichick
need 7
is
cases of White
engaged
Claw.
to Jordan? I didn't want to really get into that stuff. It's kind of messy.
Wait, what?
Allegedly,
He engaged? He's engaged with her?
Jordan Hudson. I mean, there's like I guess at least
Sources
one person said
say.
yeah. So someone said that they're engaged.
I mean, good for him, dude. He can do what he wants.
It's why.
That's every fucking.
He's a grown man.
Every old white man's dream. Every old man's dream.
Yeah, to have
is
a
to
Jordan
marry a
Hudson.
hot younger girl.
That's when people are trying to like shame Shannon for. I'm like, brother, that's a life.
Yeah, well, you want Shannon Sharp to be banging 60-year-olds? Like,
That's-
not a
yeah,
chance, dude. What?
I think the people saying that are just mad that he's like
They're mad that they're
Able
not
to.
banging hot
Yeah.
25-year-olds.
exactly.
It's
he's
the
intercepting
ability.
our pool
Yeah.
of women.
Yeah, I want the.
But if you're
I
able
gotta
to do
compete
it,
with Shannon Sharp.
yeah, if you're
He's
capable,
probably got a hog.
don't hate the player, hate the game.
He's right. Got a
probably
pork sword.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
You do assume every athlete has a giant.
I mean, I do. Yeah.
this
Is it
conversation-
racist of me to see a big black guy and be like, he's probably got a big dick?
I don't know, dude.
That's just honest question.
Like facts. We've all thought about it.
I mean, but realistically, physically, there is no way Shaq has a regular sized penis.
well, that's one that
And that's
there's
what-
stories about that one, so like we kind of know that
Yeah.
one's yeah.
I mean, Shay Shay's a freak.
He is.
I'm putting meat on somebody that night. Dude, that video is so funny.
Dude, remember when he came out with the live just to beat the allegations?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was just like, my bad, y'all. That was me, but I was that. But that was me, though, just to be clear.
I can't believe you
Shannon
said that
Sharp
shit.
is so... Like you said, Abby, easy. Everybody's got the freaky uncle. Shannon Sharp is the world's freaky uncle.
Shout out to my Uncle Wayne and my Uncle Fred.
And you're the freaky... You're Jerry's freaky uncle.
I am Jerry's freaky uncle.
Oh,
You're going to be the freaky
I'm going to be
uncle.
the freaky uncle. I mean, I guess I already am, but he
Kinda
can't,
are.
like, factor it in yet.
He's not disgusted by it
Yeah,
yet.
he just thinks I'm cool still. Yeah, I mean...
I have an uncle who's like...
Would you rather be the freaky uncle or the weird uncle? I'd rather be the freaky uncle.
Sometimes they're the same.
I think
Sometimes
I
it
think
is-
they are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
In terms of
Shannon
this,
Sharp's not freaky. Or not weird. He's definitely freaky.
no,
No,
it's-
I'm saying sometimes they are the same.
They are
some
the same
you know.
sometimes.
I don't have any crazy freaky uncles, thankfully.
Maybe he's not close enough with it.
That you know.
Dante,
Okay,
we did do
no-
an update
no.
on the jailbreak.
I didn't mean it like that.
But I will say, what do you got,
Dante asked about an
some shit?
update on the jailbreak, and we did that.
Dante, rewind.
Yeah, rewind.
It's how we somehow landed in this conversation.
Yeah.
think that's
when it
where it
comes
all
down to
I think
this,
that's where it started.
this engagement is strictly everybody knows what they're getting out of it. She's getting 50%
Yes.
of the bag, and he's getting some 25-year-old ace before he passes. Hopefully,
Dude,
It's
I'm
in his eyes. I
gotta
think
be,
that's what
right?
he's thinking.
Dude, this is a good point by Cartier.
She's
He
getting
says you
great
haters
head
want
on-
Shannon Sharp to be bagging 70-year-olds. That would be more problematic. He'd be popping hips out of place. He would probably kill an old lady.
He'd be destroying Woodward.
Dude, that's a good point.
That is for sure. That's a large man.
I'm all for it, dude. If you can pull bad bitches at whatever age, do it.
Don't
now,
hate the
marrying
player,
them,
hate
I
the
mean,
game.
that's your own decision. I think it's a mistake, but whatever.
Yeah, the only thing you got to do is you got to vet, like, you know. Like, I'm not knocking him getting a younger chick. You just got to vet and make sure it's, you know,
You gotta
it's
give
one
him
that
a
you
prenup.
that you can trust.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
not
Oh,
a chance
see,
she's signing
And by
a
the way,
prenup.
he's in a crazy situation. When you fuck with younger women like that, like freaky, like you're gonna be in crazy situations.
You're gonna get
Yeah.
You got to take the good with the bad.
happens.
It's
Gotta-
the
bad
crazy
with
hot
the-
skill.
And there's no
what's the
chance
saying?
in
Yeah,
hell that girl is signing a prenup. There's none.
If she wants to be married to Bill Belichick, she will.
I guarantee it.
Well, he probably
girl's-
put her in her will.
Okay, yeah,
You're
there's
still
gotta-
getting the will.
There's something
The
because
prenup's just so they can't divorce and take half your money.
yeah.
So she's in it for the long run. If she's getting married with, she's trying to get in that will.
I mean, I gotta wonder how much work those type of women are putting in. 'Cause
Oh, they're putting
if
in-
I'm putting you in my will over my children, like bitch, you better be
You
like
better-
working that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
But then again, they're
But look at
old,
his
though, so
drive
how
isn't
much
as
Is
do they
I
got?
mean,
yeah.
you got to have the bell like Giannis. Giannis has the
You gotta
blowjob
be
bell.
like a pro if you're gonna like be in that life to put them to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Have you?
no,
you-
I haven't, Nick. I've never.
It's really not that hard. Jaw hurts a little bit, but then power through it.
tips.
All right, let's go to break.
No, I want to hear his question.
Have you seen Knives Out? He gave
Yes.
the will to the nurse.
Gives
That
it to the
nurse being
nurse.
Anna De Armas.
Yeah, Anna De Armas. I'd give my will to Anna De Armas too.
Real life scenario like that was Anna Nicole Smith.
Non-binding agreement right now. If I died, I'd give my stuff to Anna De Armas. She deserves it. But let's go to break. We'll go back.
She opens her mail one day. I got
Who
a
the fuck is this guy?
2020 blazer.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I got a blazer and fucking
shoe collection.
a bunch of old smelly shoes. PS5.
And giant fucking hats. I
computer-
remember that trend.
And posters of
Fucking
myself.
headset. Obviously, some giant idiot wore. Yeah, and a bunch of pages of my magazine stuck together. All right, let's go to break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk Lions, but first, let me tell you about Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax, get an amazing haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. You can get a hot neck shave, scalp massage, hot towel treatment, all that good stuff. Like I said, walk-ins always welcome. Stop in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Mark White.
Yeah.
Mark White gonna do you right.
Hey.
Mark White gonna change your life.
Whoa.
Call in today, ladies and gentlemen, at
Yeah,
248-290-8242 and save yourself up to $5,000 in closing costs of your brand new home. If you're too shy to be on the phone, do what you gotta do, my man. Hit up the internet like other people. Visit www.markwhitesells.com.
Put that snake hole on my pork sword.
All right, welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WorldSports.com. As
Pork
promised,
sword's great, dude.
Hey.
Pork sword is I probably might start using.
That's the best one.
One quick thing before
Pork sword.
one quick thing before sports. Do we have any knowledge of that $5,000? Speaking of $5,000 in Mark White,
Ooh.
shout out. Do we have any information on those people? Anybody getting the
we don't.
$5,000 for any
But I
of the
will
cash?
say this: the guy, remember the dude that killed
I don't know
the,
if anybody
the
turned him in. I think
insurance-
cops
that
just
had
found
the
him.
insurance company. When he got turned in by the McDonald's employee, he didn't get the money
Yeah.
on a technicality because he was working or some shit like that. So the FBI fucked him out of the money.
So if you're
Did you
on
hear
the
Anakin's
clock,
legal now? He's 18.
All right. Moving on. An article came out from NFL.com. Shout out.
Shout out.
And it was the most vulnerable division champs from 2024. Who do you guys think was at the top of the list?
It better not have been the Lions, dude.
Who else would it be?
The most vulnerable division champs.
Yeah, like not to return.
The Rams or whoever won that division. Was it the Seahawks?
This is
The Buccaneers.
Oh my, this is
Whoever won the AFC South. Fucking the Texans.
the Texans
Yeah,
are
the
nuts,
Texans
yeah.
aren't winning that division again. Well, they might because it's so bad, but I think the
Jamie Earl.
Jaguars will give them a run for their money.
They have the Detroit Lions listed number 1 on the list. This is from senior national columnist Judy Batista.
Oh, it's
Careful what
interesting.
you say in case their brother's day. But you couldn't be more wrong. You're talking about a team that went undefeated in their division last year. Only lost one game the year before. Over the Texans, who their biggest weakness is offensive line.
Yeah.
Clear as day. Like, it was laughable. They then traded a top 5 left tackle in Jeremy Tunsil to the Commanders. Then proceeded to draft wide receivers as his replacement.
Yeah.
How are they not on that fucking list? Trevor Lawrence is coming back healthy. They got him another weapon in Travis Hunter, who then can also play cornerback as well. This is insane. The Detroit Lions are number 1 on this list. The Los Angeles Rams, who barely won the division at 10-7 last year. This is fucking ridiculous. How could the Lions be number 1?
Yeah, Judy, you got to be jacking my pork sword here because this is just fucking ridiculous. You're looking at the Detroit Lions, a team that was down to bare bones secondary, bare bones linebacking core, and bare bones defensive line, and still won 15 games and went undefeated in their division. And you're telling me a healthy version of that team with only more improvements on their roster is more vulnerable than the fucking Texans? Or who even won the NFC West last year? Was it the Seahawks or the...
It was the Rams. They barely won it over the Seahawks. Now, I will say this. The Seahawks have some drastic changes. They're now at Sam Darnold at
Niners,
quarterback.
though.
They got rid of DK Metcalf. But you're absolutely correct. The 49ers in that division.
The Cardinals.
They only fell off because of injuries. The Cardinals are right there as well. Like, that division was like almost a 3-way tie heading down the stretch. To have them not 1, not 2, not 3, but the Rams ranked 4 on your list of most vulnerable division champions is asinine. And I get it, Smitty. I've been in the business long enough now to know, and as I say it all the time, the best fan base in the United States of America is Detroit sports.
Yeah.
That's just where I'm at with it. They know that we're going to click on this. They know they get the reactions out of this. They know we're going to talk about it, we're going to share it, we're going to bitch about it and clown them. That's what this is. That's all. There's no fucking reason.
No way.
A team that went 6-0 in their division would be number 1 on this list. I don't care how tough the schedule is. We're talking about winning the division. They've beat the division handedly.
Yeah.
Nobody in the division got that much better. The other team got a rookie quarterback. The Packers did. I couldn't even tell you what the fucking Packers did. They got Matthew Golden. After that, anything that I'm taking note of? No, not at all. Fuck them.
No, and
the Bears have just as hard of a schedule as us, and they're going to learn that complicated Ben Johnson
we play
offense.
the same teams. We play the same teams.
Play the same fucking
And the
team.
Lions are better last year, and they got better again. More better, probably, than any of these
The
other
NFC
teams.
South was a tough one. That was between the Falcons and Buccaneers. Kind of came down to it. I would argue the Falcons maybe got a little bit better. They got two phenomenal defensive pieces. You got Michael Penix with another year in that system as a quarterback. He's no longer a rookie anymore. I mean, he's probably kind of half rookie, I guess.
Somebody needs to knock the dust off of Judy's snake hole because she's just writing this out of spite, dude. Like, this isn't your fucking.
She needs the
This
dust
isn't
knocked
the
off
this
her
isn't-
front butt.
She's got to be old, right? She sounds old. Her name's Judy. She's got senior
I mean,
in her
if
title.
she is older, I will say this about her. She's
All right, well, this has got to be her grand.
No, she's
like,
old.
She's old.
Yeah, she looks pretty
Okay,
old.
this isn't your whore Judy's Lions. This is this is the Lions that are the best
Crazy.
team when healthy
This
in the
is a
league.
senior NFL columnist.
She could senior these nuts, dude. Like, what are we talking about?
All right, you want
The
to hear?
Lions they won 15 games and they had 20 guys on IR. So you think a healthy version of that team is more susceptible to be knocked off than the goddamn Buccaneers or the Rams? Matthew Stafford might die in the offseason. Like, what are we doing here? Judy, talk to me, Judy. This is fucking ridiculous.
Terrible list from Judy here.
She's not a judge.
In what world do you put the
Only
Lions
Judy
to
I
be number
recognize
one?
as judge.
Let the man talk.
Sorry.
To win a division, you got
Goddamn.
to kick butt in your division. What did the Lions do last year? 6-0 in division. That's what Dan Campbell does. Dan
Laporta.
Campbell does. He kicks butt in division. The Texans, Bucks, and Rams not being higher on this list is a travesty. This is a terrible list. Judy needs to reevaluate her whole entire career.
Man, it's got to be dementia. It's got to be dementia.
It's got to be
It has
something.
to be.
I'm trying to give her like some wiggle room to see if maybe she went from least to most. But no, it's most least. I'm forecasting a landscape that might have changed just enough for them and their division opponents that the future could be a little murky. This is not to
NFL
say that
writers are
those squads
clickbaiting us.
that fail to repeat as division champions inherently will fail to make the postseason altogether. With 3 wildcard spots in each conference, there are room for error.
But why is just enough? Why is the sentence just enough being used for the number one team, the team that she's projecting most likely? Like, if you're using small words like just enough, how does
It's a
that
team that went
qualify as a number
15-2
one
with
team?
half their roster last year.
Yeah.
And by the way, like, gets validated as stupid even more so. The second team, Speedy, who's going to win the NFC North this year?
The Detroit
I'm
Lions.
sorry, the AFC North. I apologize.
Sorry. I thought you were Judying me.
Jeez,
the
sorry.
AFC North?
Or
Yeah.
no, that's wrong division.
Just up top grid. Ravens,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, probably.
Kind of feels like
King
they're
Henry.
the number 2 team.
What?
It's just
I mean, the Bengals.
This got to be
Hendrickson,
backwards somehow.
Nacho.
Hold
I
on,
think
hold on.
what
This,
she- what
this
she-
has to. Hold on. This could be our fault.
She's doing it as best divisions, it sounds like. It sounds like this is like a toughest divisions list.
Well,
'Cause the NFC
number
North-
3 is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, the Commanders.
It's got to be from least to most.
No, yeah, it's got to be backwards.
But it reads as most/least. Most/least vulnerable NFL division champs. Chiefs are repeating the AFC West. Lions in trouble. No, she's actually
Judy,
just
you goddamn motherfucker.
Judy, you poured sword swallower. Poured sword swallower.
sword.
Pork sword swallower.
We should get Judy on.
I don't.
I don't think she'd agree.
I'm
Judy,
kind
you
of
better gargle his pork sword if you think these Lions are losing.
You have Ravens 2, the Eagles 3. Who in that division is sniff? The Commanders got beat 50 to fucking 20
Yeah, they're
something.
not going to beat the
What are we
Eagles.
doing? And they got swept that year too.
Where are the Texans ranked?
Yeah, what the hell?
The Texans are 5th.
Judy. Sweetheart.
The 5th most vulnerable.
Time to get back on the meds, Jude. We got to come on. Like, what the fuck are we doing? The Eagles
to
are
put
more
me on
likely
meds.
to
Read
lose
this
their
shit.
division than the Houston Texans?
That's got to be a mistake.
That's got to be racist.
And
That's got to be racist somehow. Smash that like button if Judy is a dumb front butt.
Front butt?
Front butt. Number 6, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Which, all right.
200 likes, we'll call it
All right, I'm
Judy.
just done.
The
I'm not- I
Bucks
don't wanna get-
over the Eagles?
Bucks,
The
Texans. By the way, let's go by records. By the way, too. So
the Falcons were way closer to the Bucks last year than the Commanders were to the Eagles. We saw it happen. They got 50 burgered.
The Chiefs are 7th. Which I would argue they should be up because the Chargers are on their way.
I would say the Chargers would beat the Vikings
for sure.
And the Broncos.
And the Broncos.
Judy,
hey, chill on the
son
Broncos.
of a bitch. God damn it, dude.
And rightfully so. The only thing she got right on this list is the Bills at 8.
The Bills at 8 for sure.
They
Good
locked
job,
up that division by like week 12. It was something I'd never seen before in my life.
You're right there, Judy. But the
I
rest,
remember they did. I'm like, are you
Jesus.
serious? We got like 7 weeks left this season.
Judy, man, I expect more from you.
I don't anymore, Judy. You're a word I can't say. I refuse to say to give you the attention. All right, let's move on. Going to break.
If we do Australian accents, can we say the C word? Because they say it a lot.
Or
do.
English. I think English.
Or British, yeah.
You know what's more insulting?
Oh, you little...
An English accent? In English, it's more insulting to call someone a bag than a cunt.
Yeah.
You fucking cunt.
Yeah, they throw that shit around like stupid.
But bag, bag is their C word.
Oh, yeah, bag. Yo,
You
bag.
fucking bag.
Yo, quiet down, you old bag. This is what Judy's an old bag. She needs to pipe down. It's fucking crazy, dude. Like the
Yeah.
Eagles, if you want to say the Lions because the division got better, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but having the Texans more stability to win their division than the Eagles is just, come on, Jude. Let me tell you about Planet Fitness, man. Planet Fitness is the home of the Judgment Free Zone, where everybody can get a full body workout in 30 minutes. And all memberships include fitness training. You get all of that for just $15 a month, or you can upgrade to the Black Card and get the use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where fitness is essential.
Are you a real Detroit sports fan? Woodward Sports is here to give you all the Detroit sports you can handle. Weekdays, make sure you're locked in on Wake Up Woodward from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Followed by Big D Energy with Neil Rule and Darren McCarty from 11 a.m. to 1. Up next, you can't miss Ermanni and Edwards with Maz from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And finish the day out with the bad boys of Detroit sports media, the Woodward Heavyweights, from 5 to 7 p.m. Okay, wait, that isn't enough for you, you sports freak. Check out Woodward Wings, Woodward Ringside, and the Lions Weekly Update every Sunday with Broder, Terry Foster, and Sean Belegian. Subscribe on YouTube for all our great content, and make sure you're following on all social media: X, IG, Facebook, and TikTok. You want sports? We got you covered. Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
You already know Loom Cannabis Co., but did you know they've got all the brands that you love now for less? With unbeatable prices, a wider selection, and the best loyalty program, Loom is the premier destination for new and experienced shoppers alike. Experience Michigan's #1 recreational dispensary at one of their 38 locations. Use code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order online or in-store. That is code WSN30 for 30% off your entire order. We all swear by it here in the studio. Make sure you go check out Loom.com today.
Shout out. What up, welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on
Shout out to Penny
WoodSports.com. I'm
Lane,
Easy,
dude.
joined by Small Reaction, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff. We got
Let's
Just
go.
Get Massage, Skywalker in the building as well. Just kind of
Jerry
going
at?
over. Jerry's been cutting trees for $24 an hour. I put all his business out there. I
Good
guess.
shit, Jerry.
Yeah, where else is he at?
I told him I was like,
What's his longitude and latitude right now?
He texted me, apologized. I'm like, brother.
No, dude, get your bag.
Stack.
Jerry.
Maybe a little too much information. He didn't crash his bike, but he's driving on some gravel.
Yeah,
off of 16.
flipped it a little bit.
He slid. Yeah, scratched up his. He's to buy a new front
Get your bread, Jerry.
butt for his bike.
Tell
I guess
Jerry
I'd
who we
say.
hope he's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, shout out to Jerry.
get your bread, sir.
I
Wear
want to
pants
move
while
on.
you cut.
Huh?
Wear pants while you cut.
Wear pants while you cut.
Yes, for damn sure. I have a buddy.
Measure
cut
twice,
his
cut once. That works for trees too. All right. So
And vasectomy.
and vasectomies, and circumcisions. Don't want the dick cheese. All right. So we doing top 10.
Let's get it. The list
Top
goes
10,
to each
top
other's
10,
list.
top 10.
The Detroit Lions have a litany of all pros on their team. They have one of the best rosters in the NFL, so this is always a point of contention. And the heavyweights have done this now going on a few years where before the training camp starts, we're going to list our top 10 Detroit Lions for next season.
Oh, it's interesting.
Now, I made a little bit of a different list compared to what I did the past couple of years. A couple of these, I put a projection in there.
Okay.
A couple of these, I think it's what they're going to be. But here, we'll do mine first. Put the top 10 up there. Number 1 is what everyone's number 1 should be. There is no question there. Penei Sewell is the best player on this team. I think he's the best player in the league, and he is just an absolute monster. Multiple-time All-Pro, first-team All-Pro. Dude's a complete stud. At number 2, I have Jahmyr Gibbs. I believe Jahmyr Gibbs will be Offensive Player of the Year next year. I believe Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be right around the league lead in touchdowns again like he was last year. The guy is explosive. He is one of the best talents in the league. I think per capita he is the best running back in the league, and the guy is just a monster. Next year, I think he's going to take that step up. I think he's going to be over 2,000 all-purpose yards, and he's going to be right around 20 touchdowns again. So I got Jahmyr Gibbs at number 2. At number 3, I have the 2-time first-team All-Pro, top 3 wide receiver in the NFL, Amon-Ra St. Brown. This guy is
Congratulations, you just got Amon-Ra St. Clown.
He's an absolute monster in the middle of the field.
Now, hold up.
He catches everything around him.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
It's 22. Pew, pew, pew. You have Jamison Williams leading this team in wide receiving yards.
I do.
You made this list based off projections.
Some of them I did.
Okay. Because you have Waymo.
Yeah. And I'll get to it, asshole. We're at 2.
Interesting.
I'm just saying.
All right, so Amon-Ra St. Brown at number 3. I think he's going to be
That's how you know
a
better.
first or second team All-Pro wide receiver again this year. He is going to have 100-plus catches, and he's probably going to lead the team in receiving touchdowns. At number 4, I've got Aiden Hutchinson. I'm back, bitches! Aiden Hutchinson coming back. Last year, if he would have stayed healthy, he would have been the no-doubt runaway defensive player of the year, and he probably would have broke the sack record. With the pace he was on, he would have smashed it. But I think Aiden Hutchinson is going to be a top 3 defensive end in the NFL next year. I think he's going to go out there, come out with a vengeance, and be a monster. Number 5, I've got Kirby Joseph. The first-team All-Pro, the guy who led the NFL in basically every category you want for a coverage player to lead. QBR allowed, coverage rate, PFF grade, interceptions, whatever, deflections, pass breakup, whatever you want to look at. Kirby Joseph was right at the top, if not the leader. He's the best safety in the league. I think he's one of the most important players on the Detroit Lions, especially in the back end of that defense. At number 6, I have Frank Ragnow.
Because I'm going to get it right up in ya.
What can you say? And I think this says less about Frank Ragnow being at 6. I think it says less about Frank Ragnow and more about the talent around him and these players continuing to take strides while he is, no offense to Frank, I don't mean this in a bad way, but he is what he is. What he is one of the best centers in the NFL. So it's like, oh, geez. But these other guys are ascending and only getting better while Frank Ragnow is solidified as a top 2 center in the NFL. At number 7, I've got Brian Branch. I think if I was doing full projection, like full what I think they're going to be, Brian Branch and Jamo would be way higher on this list. But Brian Branch, the guy is just everywhere all at once. He is an absolute monster for this defense. I wouldn't be surprised if he makes an All-Pro team this year. At number 8, I've got Jared Goff. he has been as good as it gets when it comes to quarterback play in the NFL over the past couple of years. Last year, he took a step forward with his ability to move around the pocket and deliver the ball, even though obviously that all came to fruition in the Commanders game. But take that one out, and he looked better, more comfortable in the pocket last year, except when his offensive line was injured. Number 9, I got Jamo.
Jamo!
Like I said, if I was going full projections, Jamo would probably be at 6, if not higher.
So still below Amon-Ra.
Because I do think he's going to lead the league or lead the team in receiving yards, but I believe Amon-Ra St. Brown will lead the team in receptions and receiving touchdowns. So I got Jamo at 9, and then at 10 I got Aleem McNeil. 10, I think there is a lot of debate for that 10 spot. You could say DJ Reed. You could say Sam Laporta. You could say Anzalone or Jack Campbell or one of those players. I was thinking about, if I'm going full projection, Brian Branch and Jamo would have been moved up, and then Terrion Arnold would have been in my 10 spot. But I went with Aleem McNeil because when healthy, he is one of the best defensive tackles in the league.
As we all learn in basic grade school, first the worst, second the best. Put up the correct top 10 list, Christopher.
Oh, the bit never gets old.
Numero uno is Penei Sewell. He's one of the best tackles in the game, if not the best tackle in the game. Deserves it. Number 2, you do this every year, Spinney. I don't know why. Frank Ragnow, you don't give him the respect he deserves. He's now, I'll probably say, the second best center in football right now.
I am a fan of guys with big
second
butts.
In terms of like power rankings, like who's the best in position.
That's fair.
Frankie's number 2 for me.
I think Jahmyr Gibbs is the best wide receiver or best running back in football. I think
you said that.
Kirby Joseph is the best safety in football. And I think that Hutch is going to be a top 3 defensive end in football.
I have those guys on my list too, but a little bit lower. Jahmyr Gibbs, number 3.
Which I'm not mad at. Like I said, Frank Ragnow is solidified as a top 2 center in the league. So
yeah, I think Jahmyr Gibbs is a top 3 running back in the game, and I don't know that he's 3. I probably would argue he's number 2.
Yeah.
I can't put him over Saquon Barkley just yet, due to obviously what he's done, the carries he takes. He's a fucking monster of a human being. Jahmyr Gibbs number 3 though, because I do think he's top 3 running back in this league. A healthy Aiden Hutchinson is number 4 on this list. Yeah. I think we saw what a healthy Aiden Hutchinson could do. Now he's been absolutely in his bag. They found his true role in this defense. We kind of showed you guys, if you didn't miss it, I think it was last week, we showed you all 22 spots of him lined up out wide where he cashed in 7.5 sacks before leaving early in Game 5. Speaking of number 5, Amon-Ra St. Brown, 2-time All-Pro wide receiver. He's been a Yak King. I know I sided with Spinney once upon a time on the Jamo conversation. I'm sorry. Forgive me for my sins, son God, because no, you will lead this team in receiving yards. You are him. I apologize. On every
Congratulations,
front, I'm so
you just
sorry
got Amon-Ra St. Clown.
Moving to the back, Brian Branch starts the back half of this list. He is number 6, ranked over Kirby. I think as an all-around safety, I do think Brian Branch is better. However, as a free safety, playmaker, like intercepting the football, Kirby Joseph is number 7. So right after him on that one.
Disrespect.
I just think Brian Branch, he can deliver on all facets. He can turn the ball over, whether it's a fumble, interception, and he also plays the run. We saw what he did to Josh Jacobs, who was a hell of a fucking assignment to tackle, one-on-one last year. By the way, that Green Bay game's kind of growing on me based on what happened on Thursday night this past year. Moving on. Jared Goff, number 8. I probably feel like this is the most contentious spot in the list. For our chat. I haven't read any comments yet, but you had him here too, Spinney, which made me feel better about it.
Yeah.
Because I'm always categorized as a hater. I'm not really a hater.
I mean, you can't really argue it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
He's been very good. He has been very, very good, but the Lions have so many players that are the best or top 3 at their position.
And he's kind of dependent on the rest of those guys on the list.
Absolutely.
We saw what he was without him.
When 1, 2, 3, 4 of your top 5 are offensive players.
You're 100% correct. Jamo, we agreed on number 9.
Yeah. We had pretty similar lists.
We do. And then number 10, Sam Laporta. And I'm kind of with you. Number 10.
Aleem McNeil, Sam Laporta, Montgomery.
And now I would go
Jack
Sam Laporta.
Campbell,
he's got that second team All-Pro.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's did the work. I think Aleem McNeil could be that. And if you're talking about projections, like I'd put him there.
Yeah.
When he comes back healthy. But I don't know. Where you at, Nick? Who got the list right? Who got it wrong? What was the most egregious pick?
I had all of the same players on my list as Easy did.
Let's go!
Different rankings at some of them. I didn't have Aleem at mine. I put Laporta at 8, Goff 9, Jamo 10, and we all had top 7 the
Goff
same.
9.
Goff 9.
What was your top 3?
Sewell, Hutch, St. Brown.
Okay.
In that order.
Gibbs 4?
I got Gibbs 5.
Wow.
Because
Frank 4?
Kirby just led the league
Kirby 4.
in interceptions. Has proven it for 3 years straight. Could project that Gibbs could ultimately lead the NFL in total yards this season. I don't know if he will get the touches to do so in this offense, but you just see it night in and night out how explosive he is. But because Kirby has that first team all-pro, I'm putting him at number 4 because I think this offense can sustain itself without Jahmyr Gibbs, for a game or two.
Yeah.
This defense can't without Kirby Joseph on the back end of it, straight up.
Yeah.
That's why I valued him higher. I put Ragnow at 6. I liked your explanation, Easy. He is the best at what he does, and I don't think that should be taken for granted.
No.
Branch at 7, Swiss Army knife everywhere that you want a big play to be. Brian Branch is the one bringing it. And then I put Laporta at 8 because I just think he's an underrated part of this offense. I put him above Goff because I almost think he's Goff's security blanket at times. I know St. Brown is as well, but I think Goff would be in a lot of stickier, tougher situations if it wasn't for Sam Laporta.
So for me,
real quick, screenshot the list, put your names over it, and tag us. Post it on the Instagram. Tag us. We'll go over it on the show tomorrow or something like that.
So
at some point this week.
I had the same top 9. I think the top 9 is almost kind of indisputable. But that 10th spot, I was actually not considering Aleem or Sam Laporta. I would kind of throw Aleem into that conversation. But the two it came down to for me was David Montgomery and Alex Anzalone. And I went with Alex Anzalone because you saw how much that transformed the defense.
Yeah, that 10 spot, dude.
But we saw how much getting a wounded Alex Anzalone did for this Lions defense. It gave that team a chance. We were looking at this team defensively, and we were really, really suspect of making a deep run. But when we had a limited Anzo, we saw our defense instantly transform. So I think, obviously Hutch is the most important defender. I think, and obviously the secondary as well, but I think Anzo I think what he did, and then Montgomery, for obvious reasons, you're built on the run game. I think he should have been in consideration as well, and I'm sure he probably was for your guys' list.
What about Jack Fox?
That was my 2.
Yeah, Jake Bates could even be there.
Jake Bates, Jack Fox.
Yeah, it was a tough one. The 10 spot was
10
tough.
spots. The Lions
is
such a good roster, dude.
You
could do top 10 and then have 5 honorable mentions.
See, note says Goff is strong 11.
Goff, all right.
Some people were upset we didn't have Hogan Hatton in there. Honorable mention. That's my bad on that one.
Can I ask you guys
DJ
a
Reed
question?
could squeeze in there.
I thought about him for a quick second.
I did think about
Like
DJ
I said, I
Reed.
think Terrion Arnold will be in there by the end of the year.
Very, very much so. I can see it.
Projection-wise, by the end of the year, could you see any of the first or second year players making a jump into this top 10?
Terrion.
You think he could solidify himself into a list
I
full
don't
of
know,
all
dude.
pros?
This list is like
They're
this list
literally
is
looking at
like
all
that.
pros and pro bowlers.
I think he can. I think he could be
Who's more likely, DJ Reed or Terrion?
Terrion. I think we know what DJ Reed is. And if he's not going to make this list now, then he'd have to ball out of his mind. But I think Terrion has the ability to crack the list or get into the list,
Chat, let us know what you think. Who's more likely to make this list by the end of the year, the first, second year players?
All right, let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll read some of those. Tell us about the massage chair warehouse.
The massage chair warehouse, guys.
Chair house.
Massage chair house. Warehouse, chair house.
Smear house, bear house.
Spare house. You already know what it is. It's massagechairhouse.com. Sign up right now for you guys. Opportunity to visit the Pharaoh and many others like it. It's the best massage chair house this side of the Mississippi. It's run by my guy, Dr. Eric Duncan, the best massage chair review channel on the YouTube. Scan the QR code to visit massagechairhouse.com.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lion. Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Bad boys of Detroit sports media are here. We won't back down. We are Woodward Sports, Detroit's #1 sports network.
Stanford Chevrolet has deals for everybody. You can get a 2025 Envision Preferred all-wheel drive for $259 per month, a 2025 Hummer EV SUV for $699 per month, or a 2025 Sierra Double Cab Elevation for $169 per month. Scan that QR code on the screen to see Les Stanford's whole inventory. Les Stanford Buick GMC, lesstanford.com.
Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Easy, joined by Small Raxter, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, Skywalker. Hey guys, smash that like button like his name was Sidney Sweeney. We need to get the likes up in this ML.
Yeah, smash that like button.
Ed O'Neill.
I didn't even like it.
What a loser.
I did now.
Ed O'Neill says if the Detroit Lions win the Super Bowl, Tyreek Williams will be on this list.
I mean, that's bold out of a rookie. I think they could do it without that. But yeah, if he, I would phase it. I would put it the other way. If Tyreek Williams is on this list, then the Detroit Lions will win the Super Bowl. I would switch it around because the Lions could win the Super Bowl without Tyreek Williams being on this list. But if he's a top 10 player on the Lions next year, then they're winning the Super Bowl. Or I'm not even gonna say or.
Yeah.
I like this one actually. If he stays healthy, and I think you guys know where I'm going to with this one. Big Wolf status.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Emmanuel Mosley.
This is Marcus Davenport. If he can stay healthy,
we're not doing
17 games, Nick. Do you believe?
Do you believe?
Sell me this pen, Easy, please.
Double-digit sacks.
Sell me this pen.
Double-digit sacks.
If he stays healthy for 17
games. If he plays 17 games, he'll have double digits.
I'd say this. He don't even need to get double digits for me to put him on this list. He just has to be
Just
a
impact.
fucking monster. Yeah.
Well, he's got to stay healthy.
Give me 6'7" on them motherfuckers. Yeah, Marcus Davenport.
Dude's trying to get edits over here.
No, I hate that shit. Caden does that out of the house. 6'7". Now Bryson does it too. Or not. I just like saying Salem.
You gotta stop.
What?
Showing Bryson Caitlin Clark highlights.
Caitlin Clark highlights?
You're ruining him. No, I'm just kidding.
No, definitely don't show him Angel Reese.
Oh, why?
He'll be bricking up shots all day.
That's true. Just show him.
The way you look, he's.
Doc Taddeo says he hopes it's Terrion.
Nobody watches the WNBA like I don't. I'm not gonna see.
But you know what's going on right now, though, right?
I mean, she pushed her or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Spenny's locked in, watching Then he comes to.
I see the reels.
I haven't seen it.
I see the reels. I've
for sure.
I've never watched a WNBA game.
He's watched WNBA.
He definitely has.
Never
for sure.
I'd watch Cameron Brink.
I came over one time
With
to drop off a charger left in my car. He was in the jacuzzi with two other guys watching
WNBA, dude.
They're eating a sub.
If I ever tweet out,
I saw a tomato.
That's
floating
like
around.
that's literally one of my please come help me. Like if I tweet out, dude, this WNBA game is awesome. You got to know something's wrong, and you got to call the cops.
Caitlin Clark is sick though.
Yes.
You can't deny that part.
Don't care.
Spenny's lying.
But she
so is Lindy Waters.
Posted with some Vaseline.
Jesus. I mean, if it's Cameron Brink or that other girl on Caitlin Clark's team, I don't even know her name.
Cunningham.
She just got caught up sleeping with the
Sun CEO.
But she's the one named in the
like
she's got to defend herself.
It was like
shit.
wait, she
she
was the aggressor? That guy looked like a potato. No way, dude.
I'm not saying she's aggressive. Dude, she's fucking gorgeous.
She is gorgeous.
She's very beautiful.
Yes.
Stephanie Cunningham, right?
I mean,
Sophie Cunningham.
Sophie Cunningham.
He's a CEO of an NBA team, so like I think.
Yeah, I did see that they're caught up in some stuff. I didn't know. She's gorgeous, dude.
Yeah.
I'm
She's
looking
about
at
to
what
get
it is
paid.
right now. I gotta know. No, she's not.
And endorsements.
Yeah, she's named in the lawsuit. She's not.
Oh,
going
so
after
she
him.
was
Yeah.
doing something with somebody? Or?
All right. Cunningham's name is surfaced in a lawsuit filed against the Phoenix Suns and their CEO, Josh Barlstein, for alleging racial discrimination and workplace issues. The lawsuit claims the Suns executive stated Barlstein was romantically involved with Cunningham, a former Phoenix Mercury player. The Suns have denied these allegations, calling them entirely false and morally
So is she a plaintiff? She is suing him.
No. She's not suing him. She's
She's a part. So she was.
I don't know what.
She's a part.
She's a defendant.
Court lingo. Yeah.
Yes.
She's been named in it.
Yes.
Named as.
Like she has to hit the
I
stage.
feel like that was.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Is it true?
Yes. Okay.
Because what's the
She's
name?
It's not her who's suing it, but she was someone that was being sexually
She's
harassed.
got to answer some questions.
No
about
sexually
what was
harassed.
Oh,
going
she's
on.
just a
I think
witness.
I think they
Yeah,
just
she's
dropped
a
the
witness.
news.
Hey, this shit was going down. You were part of it. I
Did
saw
this
his
happen?
uncircumcised dick in your mouth.
Did this happen?
I was wondering why she got traded, you know?
That's a good point.
She got traded.
This sucks. I love Matt Ishbia. This is
She's on a
ugly
different
stain on
team.
his
I mean,
ownership.
not him.
you want to mark it?
It's not him, but like I hate
I
that
just
he has to
figured
deal
the
with
ball
it.
savant would know.
I'm an Ishbia stan.
You are an Ishbia stan, and
He's
you
a
have the
great
right.
guy.
You have the reason to be.
Yeah. I told you we did, right?
Yeah. Very cool, dude.
You
Great
think
kisser.
he'll send us D-Book?
That's crazy though.
Dude, yeah.
I
Get
can
Devin
ask. I'll
Booker
pull
out
some
of there.
strings, you know.
Easy's got his number.
Easy's got
Get
his
Devin
number.
Booker out of there. It's not safe. Clean house.
Yeah, that's crazy though. Hopefully the people who committed the acts are held accountable because that's.
Yeah, I think it's more of like a hey,
fucked up.
these people got unfair treatment because they're fucking you. Type of
Oh,
Yeah.
Joy Taylor situation.
thing. Yeah. Which I know she see what she said over the weekend.
Yeah.
Which
What'd she
I'm glad she's kind of open about it.
She's just
She said straight up, I think prostitution should be legal.
Fuck yeah, Joy. Okay, I'm absolutely
Pro ho.
I'm
Like,
pro
I'm-
ho.
yeah, like,
all
be-
day.
Pro ho, all day.
I got tits. I'd use them to.
Nowadays, if you're being called the hoe, like, there's no shame. The hoes out here making millions of fucking dollars.
Kohloff makes millions, dude. Good.
The
good.
Sophie Rain chick makes more than the CEO of OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like, hoes are up right now.
How is that even
Hoes are making pros.
There's
is that
no
even
way she makes
possible?
more than the CEO of OnlyFans. The CEO of OnlyFans is probably the richest person on
Yeah,
earth
good
right
for
now.
whoever that person is. I
Yeah,
was gonna
she's
say
making-
good for that guy, but I don't want to assume it's a guy.
It's a girl.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah, because wasn't
She
it
is
easy?
loaded, dude.
Easy, weren't you the one telling us that OnlyFans, like the original idea, wasn't for that at
It was
all?
for
It was like-
content
No, it's for
creators.
us. It was for us.
It was for, yeah.
And the host took it over.
It was like another, what's the one that's not
God
filled
damn
with
it.
porn
Prostitution is legal.
stars? I don't even know, yeah.
I don't know what it's called. No.
It's going to drive me crazy, but yeah.
Yeah,
fuck it.
dude, I know what it is.
Fuck it. Somebody in the chat's going to say it.
Okay, but yeah. What were we talking about before that?
Next segment.
Oh,
High school
prostitution.
shuffleboard.
Yes. I think prostitution.
Prostitution's legal. It's
I
called
think
performing
prostitution should be legal. Like, why? It's the oldest profession. If she wants to sell her, let her do it. What the
Peaceful
fuck? Who
Tim
cares?
ask a great question. Are bros still ahead of hoes?
No.
No.
Far behind.
Most persecuted
Very
person
far
on earth right now?
It's a bro.
Straight white male.
We are under attack.
Ukrainian
male?
That fits the description.
That does.
AJ
That was
McCarthy.
a girl.
Is
What
it
the fuck am I
is
looking
it is
How
it
much did he
Andrew
make?
Tate? God damn, dude.
at? Wait, is it Kelly Blair? No. This one says Kelly Blair.
That doesn't sound Ukrainian.
Does not sound.
I'm seeing Lee Noy Verbinski.
That sounds Ukrainian.
Is that the owner or the CEO? Oh, CEO's a woman.
That's like when the fucking Raiders hired the black female to be their team president. Like,
Yeah.
we got to
After
distance
John
ourselves from these emails.
Yeah.
Like, we got to go completely opposite direction.
That was.
It's smart. It's a good business play.
Yeah. I'd say
And
that.
good for her. She got a great job out of it.
Freddie Felt 3
I'm
and
sure
3
she was
says
very qualified.
2.5 million people watched the Fever Sky game. Can I be honest about the rating stuff? Absolute fucking horseshit.
Yeah.
I mean, like when they get their numbers, they got them legitimately, but like their projections based on the few people they did fucking poll.
Yeah, and
like, and by the way too, because I looked it up the other day, blew my mind. You know the highest rating NBA Finals?
Pistons?
No, Bulls, Utah Jazz, from 1990. Who
those
gives
Mormons, bro. Mormons show out.
Hey, that's like
There's a lot of them.
I do believe there are more eyeballs on now, but how many of us in this room have used?
Was that
blank
Bulls,
East?
Utah Jazz,
You know what I'm
like
saying?
John Stockton and
Yeah, Stockton, Malone versus
Okay.
Jordan and them.
I don't.
But like, I think where more eyeballs are on now, we got streaming, which I guess they can get direct numbers from. We have these websites that we use if you don't have cable, because we're all pulling the plug. It's just a smart thing to do. If you still have access to stuff you like to watch, like I don't know, man.
Phil says, Spenny, you are Catholic. Are you proud of this degenerate social stuff? Jesus sold a lot of copies of him shirtless. So, like, you know, sex sells, baby. Jesus is up on that cross, nothing but a loincloth, boy. No, I mean, do what you want, bro. I don't. Unless it's disgusting or immoral. Do what you got to do. If it's sell bikini pics, sell some bikini pics.
Yeah,
I'd sell feet pics. People buy them.
If people were buying photos of my feet, you best fucking.
Oh, I'm selling them in a heartbeat. Anybody know the size 14?
We talk about if we were women, we would be.
Oh, yeah,
ho-ho.
for
we
sure.
Would be hoes.
All day. This is a new world.
Would you? You can't. You have a mic. Don't even answer. I just know you would. Filthy slut.
Chat's taking that one exactly as I thought they would. Love you guys.
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't get Adam there.
I mean, I love God. It's true. What did I say was wrong?
I
He's
love
half
God
naked
too.
up there.
Dude, you're literally a knight of God.
I am a knight of God.
You are a knight of God.
Yeah.
You would go to war. All right, let's go to break.
Spenny's got first class ticket to hell. No, dude. He's got to be good.
No, dude,
Be a
he's
good
literally
guy.
a knight.
I mean,
He looks great. Did you see how chiseled his abs were? I'd be
Jesus
shirtless
ripped.
all the time, too.
Jesus was ripped. He
He's
was
a
a
carpenter,
carpenter.
man. Working with his hands all day.
Working man. All right, let's go to break. Recover from that one. Tell us about socials, Chris.
Let me tell you about socials. The best place to follow Detroit sports is at Woodward Sports on YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, everywhere you get your Detroit sports. Woodward Sports is there giving you the best live reactions, breakdowns, news of everything that's happening in the world of sports. Make sure you are tapped in at Woodward Sports across all social media platforms.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports. The blows of summer are here, and Woodward Sports is all over the Motor City with the White Claw Tigers Tour. Come party with Woodward Sports, watch the Tigers, and sip on some White Claw all summer long. The best bars, big giveaways, live events, and a party that only Woodward Sports can throw. Ain't no party like a Woodward Sports party. Join us Friday, May 23rd from 5 to 7 with the heavyweights at McShane's in Detroit for the White Claw Tigers Tour, brought to you by White Claw, Easttown, and Van Johnson. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. The bats are hot, and the weather is getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters, Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursday on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that D-Mac trusts, Dr. Jeff Pierce, here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit him at MichiganSportsandSpine.com or give him a call at 248-426-9944. Shave, dude.
What up? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live, WoodwardSports.com. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Shout out to ASAP Rocky. He's actually like a real model now. That's kind of crazy. I didn't know that. He's in the Gucci Guilty commercial. Spinny.
This is the...
How bad did you want an edge in this year's past draft class?
Very bad.
How bad did you want an edge in this year's draft class?
I wanted one bad.
Brad Holmes and the processor said they did attempt to trade up for an edge. And now specifics that come out surrounding that. And it was the Los Angeles Chargers, who did
trade,
have the craziest trade of the draft. They got the first round pick.
Yeah, you can't turn that one down.
So we got outbid again. This
Price
one,
of bricks going up in the NFL draft.
you know what Edge went with that pick, Smitty? James Pierce Jr.
Wow.
Was Brad Holmes cooking up for James Pierce Jr.?
Was Shamar Stewart still on the board at that point?
No, Shamar Stewart was gone. He went to the Bengals at 18.
Yeah.
I think you probably saw him go and was like, oh, this is the last guy
That's
willing
worth
to
it.
fucking move up for.
And that's what we said would probably happen. If he's going to want one of those top 5 defensive ends, he's going to have to trade up for him. He tried to, but you got outbid. So,
Jason Reed of the Bolt Beat has concluded that Los Angeles attempted to swing a deal with the Detroit Lions based on general manager Brad Holmes stating the team tried to move up to select an edge rusher in the first round. Reed even took things a step further, revealing the player who's probably the target for Lions in-trade discussions. This is quotations now. He says, there's one prominent name who was on the board when the Chargers were on the clock that could lead us to this conclusion. It was James Pierce. Reed wrote, the Atlanta Falcons sent a haul to trade down to 26. They actually traded up to 26 to take Pierce, who was the next edge rusher taken after the Chargers pick. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they didn't trade. They traded with I said the Chargers denied their trade, and they got Amari Hampton. Who moved up, though, to grab? I know it was the Falcons, but what pick? Who did they move up with? Oh, the Rams.
Oh, yeah, the Rams.
The Rams.
Oh, so the Chargers weren't moving that pick.
Yeah, Chargers kept them. They took a running back. They're probably dumbasses, actually.
They are dumbasses.
So
Shout
the
out to Jim
Lions were
Harbaugh.
trying to heavily trade up with the Chargers.
And the Chargers, they didn't offer the Chargers enough for them to bite.
So then the Chargers then took...
With which what we saw, what Brad Holmes was comfortable giving up for a third-round pick, I assume he was giving up a nice little bounty to move up there.
Multiple thirds.
Yeah.
Probably.
It was probably both thirds and probably a future second or something like that to move up, 18 spots? What did they get? Pick 10 or what was it?
What do you mean?
What pick were they trying to trade for?
22.
22? Oh, okay. Yeah, then it was probably both thirds. They probably say, hey, we'll give you 28 in both thirds.
Yeah, 22. Then James Pierce ended up going 26, and yeah, it was.
You think Hampton would have went? Probably not.
Probably not. I think the Chargers kind of fucked up on that one. You guys, are you butthurt about that at all?
That sucks, but
I'm kind of butthurt. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, that sucks. But I like our haul.
I would have had a different video on draft night, probably. I probably would have. Yeah. I was expecting fireworks. We didn't get any. Like, that's what... And I like to hear that we were engaged with talks,
so now here's the point of
Yeah,
contention.
that's all you want to hear is that they're at least trying. They're to do something.
Hey, here's the point of contention with Lions fans now. Is Brad Holmes not doing enough in these negotiations? You keep hearing he's talking about it. He's talking about moving up for an edge, talking about Daniil Hunter, talking about Myles Garrett, talking about moving out and getting a guy. But he hasn't been able to land the big fish. Is Brad Holmes not good enough at negotiating? No. He probably told them, hey, this is what we're going to trade. We'll give you both thirds. They said no. We said, all right, we're not giving you a second.
Nick, what were you saying?
I mean, fair point they're spending, but some others,
knew you were gonna
some
love that
others would say, is Brad Holmes scared to pull the trigger?
I mean, in some sense, you could say that, but at the same time, you saw him give
It was
up.
a joke. I didn't actually mean that.
He meant all of it, actually. He's big Brad Holmes
Clip
hater.
him right
Clip
now.
it.
It's going to get clipped for sure. This guy's fucking idiot. He doesn't believe Brad Holmes. He's probably
I guess
got a tiny
I get it from
pork
this
hammer.
standpoint. When you look at the third-round picks, we obviously concluded to the point that, like, they're diminishing in value because of NIL. Like, guys are going back to make money because you're making more guaranteed bread at the collegiate level than you would as a third-round pick. You're not even guaranteed to be a third-round pick at that point. You're a day 2 draft pick. You can slide all the way to fucking 4 or 5.
It's true. 6-7.
With the first-round pick, you're getting up a lot more than diminishing third-round picks that are no longer valued. Like, you are we saw what the Falcons did. They gave up first-rounder for pick 26, which is crazy because that first-rounder could end up higher than what pick 26 ultimately was.
For sure. I mean, it's going to be.
So are you – but we're a different situation. The Falcons where, like, our pick would have been 28 to 32. I would have done it, actually.
I just
No?
I mean, I'm taking the first rounder 100%. I'm taking that first rounder. That was obviously a smart trade by them.
Yeah.
And I'm not pissed that – I'm happy that Brad was in these discussions. Like, obviously, I'm not going to trade a future first unless I'm getting up to top 10, you know, like at that point, if you think he's the missing piece for you ultimately to win Super Bowls, you know. So, yeah, I'm not This makes me happy that I'm hearing this report, that we were interested in trading up in the first round like I imagined, with him falling in love with the player, and ultimately the Falcons are going to Falcon. They made a ridiculous trade that no teams make.
By the way, if we made that trade, different scenario. Because, again, Falcons, that could easily be a top 10 pick next year.
Yes.
With us, again, unless, God forbid, something happened to our Lord and Savior, Jared Goff, that's no later than 25, 28.
Yeah.
No earlier.
I just saw your tweet about Judy.
Oh, yeah, I did it live on the show.
And I went and looked at, like, the covered-up responses.
Dan Campbell?
One of them was Detroit Supremacy doing the, I'm a millionaire who just ran into all this money and I'm looking to give it, like the bot replies, but it was literally Supremacy.
What do you say?
He was like, I'm a millionaire who just came into a fortune. If you like this tweet, if you want $100,000 of it or something. Yeah, okay. Like, I like to hear that they tried, but still, I mean, I'm happy with our draft.
Cartier says Brad is clueless.
Yeah, Cartier does not believe in Brad Holmes.
You heard it here first.
He has made that very, very apparent.
So I'm going to ask you guys the unfair question. Who's going to have the better career? James Pierce Jr. or Tyleik Williams?
That's a great question. I would say Tyleik may be at the advantage because he's already on a stacked team with great coaching, where there's a lot more questions going on in Atlanta right now. Although he may be the more talented guy, like just pure talent, that's okay. I feel fine with saying that. I think Tyleik could have the better career. What about you, Luke? What do you think at Skywalker? Who's more talented, Tyleik or James Pierce Jr.? Who's going to have the better career?
Got to game plan Hutchinson, and that's just going to give him time to shine, you know? So
he's definitely in a better scenario. Yeah, and I mean, they're both around the same talent, you know?
Yeah.
So
you can't – it's not like it's something you could truly be mad about because it's done. It's over with, you know?
Yeah.
And you're not even finding out to just now. What about you, Nick? You were the one who got persecuted on draft night.
Who do I think will have a better career?
Yeah.
Yeah, you asked the question, nerd.
Obviously, I'm trying to get clicks for you guys, dude. Come on, nerd.
You're part of the
what
show.
are you doing? Throwing me out of the bus here? I asked the question and it comes back to me, nerd. I think the easier answer is to say the Lion here, but I think if we're all on the same page, like, I think the upside of James Pierce Jr. was ultimately like a 10-plus sack a year guy if he could stay on the field, not become an issue in the locker room, which he would have had a better chance to do here, I'd say. But so I guess for that, I don't trust Atlanta's leadership. I don't trust what they're building. I don't know if he is in the right situation to succeed. So I will say Tyleik Williams has the better career.
And he's pretty close to Magic City, so.
On a Monday.
Yeah, and so from 22, the only other edge rusher taken between there was James Pierce Jr. Nobody else in the back half of the draft other than Jihad Campbell, if you want to count him, because he's a little bit of a hybrid Sam type.
I got a weird question to ask you during break.
Okay.
Let's go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk the Lions. But first, let me tell you about Caesar Sportsbook. Caesar Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Scan that QR code on the screen or use promo code Woodward1000. Your first bet up to $1,000 will get back in bonus bets. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Hey, Tony, what's up, bro?
Same circus, different clowns.
Yeah, for sure. You want the usual, the big zip?
You know me too well.
I threw a little something extra in there for your ma.
Oh,
Hope
man.
she's doing all right.
Ay, guy, sei un santo. You're a saint.
All right, buddy, we'll see you next time, okay?
Grazie.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Jars, cannabis guys, top shelf quality, unmatched variety, price for the people. 27 locations across the great state of Michigan, including 9 right here in Metro Detroit. You want to know why you find one near you and get some of the best deals on some of the best bud? You visit shopjars.com to find a location near you. And plus, if you're in Madison Heights, Grand Rapids, or Milan, locations are coming to you soon too. Shopjars.com. The third dumbest person that Chad had something dumb to say. Not surprised. Brad Holmes did talk about trading up specifically for an edge. And the only edge off the board from then on was James Pierce Jr. And to be fair, because I've had my whole philosophy on the 260-plus club in terms of playing edge for this team, he has a frame to put that on.
Mhm.
He's 6'5",
He long.
long-bodied guy, great explosion. So like you're not afraid of him putting on that weight and losing some of that because his 10-yard split was ridiculous, the best in the draft, and he wore a fucking hoodie to do it, which is even crazier.
That is pretty crazy.
There was just always the questions off the field, which we never really got anything specific about. So kind of, I want to say weird. I mean, I'm sure maybe he's a dickhead, but
That's what they were saying. They were
we don't
saying
mind a dickhead.
Uncoachable or whatever it was.
Yeah,
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson was uncoachable. They brought him in.
Who?
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. He was a dickhead. Half the team hated him.
Yeah.
They brought him in. They got to NFC Championship game.
Dan Campbell said when he was teased about Jalen Carter, you can have one bad apple.
You're allowed.
As long as you got
He
the
said one or two.
One or two. Maybe James Pierce would have been that. Or maybe they met with him and did they meet with him? We looked that up. Nick, somebody? Did the Lions meet with James Pierce Jr.? Maybe at the combine.
Let's see.
I'm not sure. I just got some breaking Tigers medical news if we want to rip it.
You sound pretty sad about
Yeah,
it.
you do sound pretty sad.
I'm just trying to read it. Trying to make sense of it.
Today, Junior?
All right, for sure. There we go. One of the biggest signings of free agency was the Detroit Tigers signing
Alex Cobb.
pitcher Alex Cobb. And Alex Cobb is
back.
scheduled to receive a series of injections to help treat the remaining inflammation in his hip. He is continuing to play catch daily. So no rehab start scheduled for Alex Cobb, who is continuously dealing with remaining inflammation. So not great news for the Tigers on that front. But Reese Olson, right ring finger inflammation, received multiple opinions and was diagnosed with mild inflammation in his ring finger. He will be reevaluated later this week to resume throwing. That seems to be positive.
And they just they did not meet with James Pierce. But that's good. It's good to hear. And yeah.
Not good about Cobb.
Not good about Cobb. No, but whatever.
Fuck,
It's
who
good to
needs
hear
him?
about Reese though.
Fuck him.
My bad. Just want to give a quick update. If we want to break into some baseball later, I am intrigued about this James Pierce Jr. though.
Yeah, we can break in some baseball. We can do some Lions. What are you feeling, Spinny? Still got some Lions on here as well. We have an open letter from Tom Gores to the fans.
I'm curious about that as well.
Yeah, I am too. What do you want to do? Want to do this last Lions one and then do the letter?
Why is it all on me? Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
Stop asking me questions.
Why do I gotta be the decision maker here? No, yeah, we can do that and then go to the Tom Gore stuff.
Okay. Chris and or Luke, if you didn't grab it, it's no big deal. It's still in there. But a couple of days ago, we put this one in here for Detroit Lions odds. And shout out to Trav and the social team for drawing this one up. It was the teams the Detroit Lions were underdog against. Number one, probably the biggest point of contention, the Green Bay Packers. And might I add, Smitty, I was rewatching. It's -1, yeah. Pick, yeah, -1. Pick them, essentially same thing. You're on the road. I kind of get a division
And
opponent.
the Commanders?
Yeah, I mean, they did beat us, to be fair. But I was gonna say this about the Green Bay Packers. Last night, that game, like the Thursday night game, it was honestly fucking phenomenal. It was theater. It was you had the Kirby Joseph Tucker Kraft beef. You had the fact that the Green Bay Packer fans were just feeling cocky, thinking they're going to come in and win and take the division at some point. Didn't happen. And the game came down to Dan Campbell pulling out his big old fucking ball sack for the whole world to see on national television. That game was fucking lit. It was awesome. Now, for that being game one, the Packers, that's stuck in their craw. They're pissed off about that one.
Game one?
That was
because that's on the road. Yeah.
Game one for us.
Yeah.
That was game two of the Packers for us last year.
Yeah, because they were in Brazil.
Yes, exactly. But for us, I'm kind of more excited about this Green Bay game. And now they know the Lions are underdogs. Like, do you think Green Bay's pissed off? I guarantee we're pissed off, and just that's disrespectful to us.
Yeah,
we whooped your ass twice last year.
That is disrespectful to the Lions. That's easy money. I think both the Lions and the Commanders, the Packers and the Commanders, are easy money. Give me. Come on. How can you be an underdog to a team that you've consistently beat the shit out of the past couple of years?
It's a pick 'em, to be fair. -1 on the road. Whatever. Number 2 is the Baltimore
we do
Ravens.
get the underdog shtick back.
I'm here for it. Give Dan Campbell something to cook up a motivational speech.
They thought you were one-hit wonder.
They said you were soft,
They said
yellow
you were
belly.
the Vikings.
Number 2, I should say, the Ravens, -3 favorites. I don't hate that. We picked them as a...
No, the other ones I'm not mad at. You're on the road against extremely tough teams. Eagles.
Maybe Commanders might get it. It's on the road. They beat us.
Commanders, no. We should be favorites.
That's a little bit later in the year, so you could have some weather situations.
Well, Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs. Yeah, that's. I'm not mad at them being underdogs in those games.
Nick, you are formerly known as a betting man, no longer. But how do you feel about these lines?
I mean, should we really be underdogs in any of these games besides the Eagles and the Ravens? That's
Probably
where
the
I'm
Chiefs
at.
Too.
They've beaten the Chiefs in Arrowhead.
They have.
The Chiefs have taken I think the Chiefs have taken a pretty big step back. Lions are getting healthy.
They still got to the Super Bowl last year.
And got curb stomped.
Did get curb stomped
Until they ended up in a coma on the. Yeah, so I'm not going to go deeper.
Yeah, Jesus, man.
All right, so what else
Till they
was
were
it besides
bleeding
those two?
profusely out of their heads.
What else was it besides the Chiefs, Ravens, and
Chiefs,
Eagles?
Ravens, Commanders, Eagles, Packers.
All right, that Packers one. Okay, we're 6-0 in the division. The Packers, I think that's bull. Commanders, I think we got to be careful. I think everyone's saying we're going to get our lick back. We're going to get revenge. Commanders, I don't know. I'm scarred. I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm scarred about the Commanders game.
I would paint the picture this way for Lions fans to be cocky. And maybe we should learn our lesson because we were fairly cocky going into it the first time around. But
when healthy.
Well, hopefully we'll be healthy. Secondly, our revenge games are ugly. Like, think back to what we did to the Cowboys.
Yep.
We are missing our Petty King and Ben Johnson. I will say that.
Cowboys are trash, though.
Huh?
Cowboys were trash, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were a very bad team.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say Commanders were trash, but they weren't what they were made up to be after that game.
No. We saw that unfold in the NFC Championship game.
Exactly.
And I believe if the Detroit Lions didn't turn the ball over 4 times, even with the litany of injuries they had, they would have beat the Commanders by 20 points.
I agree. And again, that's a half a team.
Yeah.
Going out there and putting up a fight right there. I will say this, and I think it was maybe Nick, you might be the one to bring me the stat, or maybe it was Ed O'Neill. I think he just commented somebody. Commanders have Dan Quinn, Goff's kryptonite. I wouldn't count them out. Yeah, Dan Quinn, I guess.
That was not me.
Has historically owned Jared Goff. But those were the narratives before about Brian Flores.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I can't say Bill Belichick. We didn't see him a second time. But we know Sean McVay, who's a brilliant head coach.
Yeah.
Who should have known Jared Goff's ins and outs easily. I'm sorry. He has one
new
win
Jared
against us.
Goff.
New Jared Goff.
New Jared Goff. He's not the same guy he was in L.A.
Although, again, Dan Quinn did have...
Dan Quinn had his number, for sure. But again...
as recently as this January.
He did. But I believe the Lions will get their lick back. We're a better team on paper.
Skywalker, you nervous about the Commanders?
About him, I think the NFC Championship, they caught us on a bad day. I think the Lions have only gotten better. I mean, that was half a team. You know, cut out the turnovers, and I wouldn't want to play us if I was the Commanders.
I agree.
Goddamn right. Detroit is a Rodney Dangerfield of America. No respect.
No respect.
No, it's crazy that we know.
My wife likes to talk after she.
Why do we know that?
My wife likes to talk after she has sex. So she called me from a hotel room. Oh, no respect. Let's go to break. We'll come back.
Tom Gorris, open letter.
Tom Gorris and Chris have very little in common, but they both like to write letters. We're going to read his coming up next, but first tell us about White Claw, Nick.
Calling all Tigers fans, join us for the White Claw Tigers Watch Party Tour. Woodward Sports will be hitting 4 of the top bars in Detroit to watch a Tigers game live on the network. Join the Woodward heavyweights as we hit Mick Shane's Irish Pub, Nemo's Bar, second best in Old Miami. Be part of the fun and see our reactions live on Woodward Sports Network to one of the hottest teams in baseball. Join Spencer and Easy on Friday, May 23rd, this Friday, for our first watch party at McShane's Irish Pub in Corktown. Easy's going to pick up your first tab, allegedly, and Spencer's going to...
No!
Just kidding. That's not going to happen. But come party! It's a White Claw Watch Party Tour brought to you by East Sound Distributors and Ben Johnson Law.
Buy you a shot if you show me your wife's...
Easy will not be buying shots.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, you know, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. Sports media are here. We won't back down. We are Woodward Sports, Detroit's #1 sports network.
What up, though, mate? Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy, joined by Small Reaction, Chris, Nicholas Kohloff.
Let's go.
Let's go. Skywalker in the building, Justin getting a massage, going at it with the our boys in the grind line. Shout out. And yes, Chef Brad Holmes, the general manager of the Detroit Lions, made several attempts to trade up for an edge, to acquire an edge rusher in 2025 NFL draft.
So he tried to do it, but he didn't obviously cast good enough bait to get someone to bite. And you got, like I said, assuming what he gave up for a 3rd-round pick, he probably wasn't lowballing anybody. So,
yeah. And
what are you going to do?
That's an SI article, but it's also from Dan Graziano.
Shout out.
Of ESPN. So shout out to him. Obviously, the deal fell through when we took Tyleek Williams, which I think we're all happy with. But we got super nerd.
Michael DeVries says, my wife and I agreed to only smoke after sex. I've had the same pack since 1975.
Oh, no respect.
No respect.
Christopher,
yes,
you are known for writing letters, or manifestos as we call them.
Manifestos, yeah. There's a difference.
I'm a writer. I'm a prolific writer. What can I tell you?
You look like a writer.
You look like a writer. Yeah. What did we get here out of Tom Gores? Is this a manifesto or a letter?
You fucking writer-looking freak, dude.
Well, hard R on the writer, dude.
You writer-looking freak.
What did Tom Gores have to say to Pistons fans, and how'd you take it?
So Tom Gores put this, and full disclosure, I haven't read all of this, so my reaction is going to be
He's
first.
a writer, not a reader.
With you guys. Yeah, I said I'm a writer, not a reader. There's a difference.
Can't read.
It's different. Can't read for shit. But this is what Tom Gores wrote to the fans of Pistons. Said, with a return to full strength next year and valuable experience under our belts, Advancing the playoffs will be the goal. Sorry, I was giving my thing up. I promise our urgency will not stop. Our players and coaching staff are focused on continuing our positive momentum. Trajan and his team will act with urgency to strengthen our roster, and I will continue to ensure this organization has the necessary resources to succeed. I believe in what we're building. I'm excited about this journey, and I hope you will stick with us as we continue to build on this foundation for success. I look forward to seeing you next season. Tom Gores, Esquire III.
Count that baby in a foul.
Gentlemen,
Nice. Good timing, Nick.
how do you feel? Great. How do you feel about the letter?
I like it. I mean, obviously, the rest of the letter, for those of us that read it, because we do our job, Chris.
Yeah,
it
the
was
hard workers.
It was all the stuff that you would expect him to say. We were happy with the effort. A lot of these guys grew. This is a young core we're trying to build around. We'd like to see them take steps next year. Blah, 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 blah. That you like to hear because that's who he is. Tom Gore, Neil says it all the time, and he's 100% right. If Tom Gores could write a check to win an NBA championship, he'd write the check tomorrow. So he was kind of just blindly throwing money around, a couple of years ago, kind of just trying to force a round peg into a square hole. But now we're seeing him kind of sit back, listen to the guys that he put in place, understand the basketball minds he has in place are better at this than he is, and leaning into their advice and allowing them to make decisions that will benefit the team. And you saw the 1 year where it really looked like he said, okay, these guys know how to do this better than me. I'm going to get in a guy that knows ball and allow him to make the decisions, and I'll just write the checks. The team was great. So the biggest check Tom Gores, I think, wrote was a check for that ass to cat. No, it's the check that made me – I don't know where that came from. I'm real ADD right now. But – when he came out there and he gave Monty Williams a $70 million check to say fuck off, that said a lot to me. That said that, obviously all of the stuff was there. He just wants to win. The Blake Griffin deal was just him trying to win. That shows me that he really doesn't give a fuck. And he's like, okay, yeah, $70 million for you to go sit in Copa. Take it. We're done. You aren't it. We're moving on.
It's one thing as a man
I loved that move
to admit you were wrong
and
you made a mistake. Mm-hmm. It's a whole other fucking level we can't even comprehend to spend $100 million.
Yeah, to say that.
Yeah. And admit that mistake. For the betterment of this team, for the betterment of this fan base, I respect it as much as you fucking can.
Tom Gores is the second best owner in the city right now.
And thank God for him making that decision, because then it turned us going and winning a playoff game for the first time that Blake Griffin couldn't do. Don't care how much you guys want to overrate him. Anyway, moving on.
It's true.
To this letter, the piece that resonated with me.
Jesus Christ.
Green is a great color.
Green is.
But Tom Gores says, I promise our urgency will not stop. Our players and coaching staff are focused on continuing our positive momentum. Trajan and his team will act with urgency to strengthen our roster.
Urgency.
Well, leads me to believe this man has to pee. No. Leads me to believe
it's got small bladder.
Can I get out of here? I got to finish writing this.
Yeah. I go take this piss. No, I think we're making a fucking move.
You think that's what
I think they might be taking a swing. At least doing the due diligence and what it takes to make one or take one.
Okay.
100% I'm with you, Easy.
Let's
I'm backing
go.
that. That's what I got out of this letter. This letter to the fans that said, we hated losing the 3 games at home at LCA. We got swept at home. We are proud to be there, but it is not good enough.
No, it's not.
That is what Tom Gores just said to the fan base. Expect us to be out there in the market for all of these guys that all have been floated around, and probably some that haven't even been floated around yet.
I just want to read one more time. Trajan and his team will act with urgency to strengthen our roster.
Urgency.
Stay and put and act with urgency in strengthening your roster, because your roster is as is, right? That's not other than coaching. If you're talking Trajan specifically, Trajan ain't coaching nobody.
No.
Trajan's making moves to acquire players.
Yeah, he is.
And we know how impulsive Tom can get. He saw a little bit of success. He saw his first playoff win.
Yeah.
That's what scares me, because honestly, I chalk this up to just a nothing burger. Like, I really do. I think this is just exactly what I want Tom Gores to do. Because to me, like you guys talked about last year,
I'm doing my part.
He proved he proved what he is about. He proved that he is willing to do whatever it takes to win. The action of cutting the terrorist Monty Williams from this team and from this organization, he did that. That, to me, proved everything I needed to put my faith in Tom Gores going forward. This letter, to me, is not something that I'm putting stock into. I'm not looking at this as anything more than an owner speaking proudly on his team in the season they had and writing a 30-second letter to the fans real quick and just moving on about his day. I don't think those words that you highlighted, Easy, are going to result in actions. And if they are, I'm scared because the last time
You're
that
full of
Trajan...
fucking shit, mate. You don't mean to tell me the owner of the team,
yes,
the guy that says, if I fucking tell you to press the goddamn, but you press the guy, I write the check. And if Chad came in here right now and said, I want you to fucking end this show, you would do it because he's a fucking owner of this fucking... Their urgency, the strength. This is the owner saying this. If this was Trajan saying it, if this was fucking the coach saying it,
that
JB,
is exactly what I was about to say.
It's the owner saying the urgency, the strength in this roster.
That was what I was about to say exactly, is that I'm thinking that this is nothing.
Dude.
I'm thinking that this is nothing. There is a part of me that's worried that he will pull the trigger because he has done that before. He has done that before. So with Blake Griffin, with the coaching hires.
I
like
thought you saying
these
front
things.
on like the urgency, the strength in the roster. I don't think that's a front. I think at the very least they're doing the due diligence to take that swing.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna call
and that's all you want, and that's why I'm not putting that much stock in this letter because to me his actions last year spoke more than his words this year. Now I have faith in this Pistons organization, the way it's structured, top to bottom.
But he didn't
how
say
it's
anything
moving.
of what you're talking about.
Tony Snow, 100 pennies would throttle a gorilla. Sorry.
You're good.
What'd you say, Easy? I'm sorry.
You're saying this is a nothing. This is a nothing burger.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not worried about it.
Worried?
You should be excited.
Yeah, why are you worried? What about that would make you worried? Fearmonger! Fearmonger! Boo!
The one, I can't say I'm all the way not. Like I said, there's a little bit of worry that Tom Gores will step in and do what he has done, but I have confidence in this, so I'm not. I'm not
so confused.
No, I don't think anybody's worried about it.
No, I'm saying I have a little bit of worry that with that paragraph that Easy hired or highlighted, excuse me, that he will pull the trick. He will step in.
So you think he's gonna? You have a little bit of worry that he's gonna make the wrong decision.
Yes, that's it.
What's the wrong decision to you?
I mean, by the way, Chris, that's valid. Because we've seen it with the Blake stuff. Like it's
exactly
valid.
That's what I was saying. So like to me, the wrong move.
I was confused because you said it was a nothing burger, but then you're also saying he might fuck everything
I think
up.
there's
That's why I'm lost.
But listen, I think there's
that's
also a caveat to that, to where he's made the wrong decision by going into. He said Trajan and his team are going to do that, so he is going to back whatever Trajan believes to be the best move. So
which is why
he's not going to say, "Go get me Zion." If Trajan's like, "No, this guy's not a fit."
Which is why, like, I'm ultimately not that worried. There's just that little part of me that's so excited after what we had and what I believe we have coming down the pipeline. That is the only thing I could see. Happening.
That's why we're all confused.
He's playing both sides, so he always comes out on top.
I'm not trying to play both sides. You guys haven't had a take where you're saying I believe this is what's happening, but there's a little part of me that's worried. I swear you guys have had takes like that before. Like,
well, you're doing it in a way that's confusing all of us. So you're taking both. You said there's nothing burger, then you said I'm worried.
I'm saying it's nothing burger because that's what I truly believe. But there's that part of me
that's nothing burger, by the way, too. I don't
think it's a nothing burger either.
I think it's either very good or very bad. I think it's like if there's an urgency from a guy like Tom Gores,
it's getting done.
Something's happening.
I think everybody in this room should be thinking Giannis, Zion, Booker.
Let's go to break.
That's all urgency means.
We'll come back and we're gonna do some mailbag questions.
Jason Tatum,
tell us about
Brown.
merch.
Jason Tatum would be a good compliment to
Maybe you should buy his
Kate.
merch, but also
if you want to buy some merch, maybe not. If you're on the fence about it, head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab day. They got the best Detroit sports merch in the game, or so I think. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. They got hoodies, tees, hats, All that guaranteed to turn heads. All teams, I think. So make sure you are going to woodwardsports.com for the best merch in the game.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Detroit sports fan, Woodward Sports is here to give you all the Detroit sports you can handle. Weekdays, make sure you're locked in on Wake Up Woodward from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Followed by Big D Energy with Neil Rule and Darren McCarty from 11 a.m. to 1. Up next, you can't miss Ermanni and Edwards with Maz from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And finish the day out with the bad boys of Detroit sports media, the Woodward Heavyweights, from 5 to 7 p.m. Okay, wait, that isn't enough for you, you sports freak? Check out Woodward Wings, Woodward Ringside, and the Lions Weekly Update every Sunday with Broder, Terry Foster, and Sean Baligian. Subscribe on YouTube for all our great content, and make sure you're following on all social media, X, IG, Facebook, and TikTok. You want sports? We got you covered. Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. You can get an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. Hot leather neck shave, scalp massage, hot towel treatment, all that good stuff wrapped up into one called the King's Treatment. Walk-ins are always welcome. Open 7 days a week. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Boom.
DNC, no, it wasn't a winningest season at all. They were 500 on the dot, 41-41. He said, everyone says they hate the Blake trade, but they can't say anything outside of injuries. I said winning. You didn't fucking win with
They didn't win any playoff games, and they were
playoff
500.
Game. He didn't go above 500. Like, winning.
Blake,
which is
Blake
the most
made us
important.
mid, said Detroit supremacy. He did, which is better.
We're
than
the same team with Blake as we were without him.
Yeah.
That trade did nothing for you. And by the way, that draft pick, if I'm not mistaken, went on to become Shea Alexander.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander,
okay.
yeah.
Well, what the fuck are we doing, DNC? Listen, I should be defending the lightskins. The fact that I'm not tells you that was a bad trade.
Mailbag from Just a Fan. Spenny, sum up your analysis and confidence in the Iser plan. My analysis is that the professional scouting and goaltender development have been the downfalls of it so far. I think all of the draft picks and the guys we're seeing come up on this team are going to be good or already are good. I think that he is very good at drafting in the first couple rounds. The late gems really haven't been there yet, but those are kind of hit or miss. Not a lot of guys are going to get a lot of late round flash picks like the Red Wings of yesteryear were. But the professional scouting needs to be better, and they haven't had a goaltender step up in the system yet. So those are the two biggest things. My confidence, I would give my confidence a 7 out of 10 that they will win a Stanley Cup in shorter with this young nucleus.
Burning issues, mailbag. If you're a woodchuck that could chuck wood, would you still contract that shit out to make someone else do it? Do I have the means necessary to do so?
Yeah, if I'm living comfortably enough, if I've chucked enough wood in my past to where I can contract it to somebody, I would.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
6.
A woodchuck would chuck how much would a woodchuck could chuck wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
A woodchuck would chuck all the wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
A woodchuck could chuck wood. He'd chuck as much wood as he could.
He'd chuck that wood.
He'd be chucking that fucking... That's another one we'd say. Wood.
Chucking wood.
Wood, pole.
Wood is just
Meat
boner
hammer.
specific though, right?
Yeah, you're probably right. But when you're talking about it, I mean, who's ever talking about it flaccid?
I mean...
You know,
you
that's a
see
whole,
my
whole
flaccid,
genre of names
my
there.
flaccid schmuck.
My tentacle? Well, I don't know. Mailbag. How about those
Loch
6-2
Ness
Michigan
monster.
Panthers? Dante151, shout out, by the way. I think he should have a crown in this thing. He's always fucking.
He is. I got 75 XP for some reason, and I didn't.
How do you see your XP?
It's up in the top corner by the live chat.
150, loser.
Shit.
What a fucking idiot.
Sorry about last night, by the way. I won't talk like that in the chat again. What'd you say, Anakin? You're 18 now, Anakin.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, Anakin.
You can serve your country. You can say vagina in a YouTube chat. You remember that.
Yeah, you just can't buy beer.
Just can't buy beer or cigarettes now. They told me cigarettes is 20.
Yeah.
The fuck is that? How are we going to have dudes riding around in tanks with a pack of Marlboro Reds on their helmet? That's the first sign of America, which is not good, but still.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
DNC ENT.
Let a guy
Like I
buy
said,
a pack of darts and go smoke at lunch if he's 18, right?
I hear you said.
Mailbag. Spencer, do you think Pecker would be a good name? I like Pecker, but Pecker is for a small penis. Like you say hog for a big one. Pecker. Look at that.
Yeah, use Pecker. You're talking about Chris.
Yeah.
He shook his head, yeah. Like I said, just because Blake trade should have been followed up with a corresponding move doesn't make the singular. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, if the move didn't work out, it was a bad move.
Yeah.
Crazy cut by Skywalker there.
Very simple. Wait, what'd he do?
Think he accidentally. I don't know if he was
What was,
Nick's got the
didn't
Pecker.
we do that one time where I was like, this dude just got a tiny penis? And he
Yeah, he cut to
you?
me. Guys with big trucks with little dicks.
Yeah. That's interesting. Oh, good
I
stuff,
did actually
man.
used to have a truck. That was my second car ever. 2000.
A what?
2006 Dodge Dakota. Or no, it wasn't 06.
Dakotas were sweet.
It was 90. Yeah, it was all right.
I like Dakota. The small.
was-
I like
it
the
was
like
little.
small trucks.
It was. I don't like it a little. I wanted to.
I feel like the big trucks are obnoxious to try to drive around.
They are
Which one?
obnoxious for sure. I have a
Cybertrucks
very
are
embarrassing
just
story.
really big.
Just
trucks.
a really like a Ram 2500. Like the 1500s are sweet. I'm a Ram guy.
I'm a Ram guy.
I'm a rank.
I am. If I'm getting a truck, it's going to be a Ram.
Mailbag. If Blake Griffin was on this Pistons team, how far would they go in the playoffs? I say Eastern Conference Finals.
I mean, but what Blake Griffin?
Prime Blake.
Prime Blake.
I mean, even the
I'd
Blake
say
that we
you're
got.
winning that
We got. I
I'd
mean,
still
we
take us
that
to
was
Eastern
Prime
Conference
Blake.
Finals.
That was his best year.
I think it's prime. I mean, you call it Prime Blake, but he's also just the best player in a bad team.
That's true.
So the numbers were a little juiced
Prime
up.
Jeremy
I say
Grant.
you win the East. You were that close to
You're at
beating
least in
the
the Eastern
Knicks,
Conference
and
Finals.
You're
now-
at least in the Eastern Conference
Yeah.
Finals.
For sure. Like Blake, good player, not a leader. Like not the guy to be your go-to guy. Clearly, that was discovered here.
Well, thankfully, we have Dennis Schroeder.
But if you like what you saw to Tobias Harris, for goddamn sure Blake Griffin would be eaten with Kate Cunningham.
Yeah.
And he could pass.
And he can. Yeah, he could create his own shot.
That'd have been disgusting, honestly.
The lob threats with Cade, Duran, and Blake. That would have been pretty crazy.
That would have been pretty crazy. How about he didn't dunk here for like 3 years?
79 El Camino. Hell yeah. Jay.
Went to Brooklyn and like the first game out, he's fucking yamming.
Yeah, that's why he sits sourly in a lot of Pistons fans' minds, is because
The
of
trade
that.
and that.
And
me,
yeah,
for sure.
he packed it in. He mailed it in, and he was injured and stuff like that. But he definitely packed it in the last couple of years.
It all sucked. It all hurt, but it was a part of getting Kate Cunningham. That's
Yeah.
how I look at it.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, oh, we should have drafted Tyrese Halliburton.
R.I.P.
Yeah, but
Hami,
you
dude.
wouldn't
R.I.P.
have Kate
Hami for
Cunningham.
sure.
Hamidou Diallo.
I seen him getting in beef with dude on Instagram. I'm like, oh, that's how you know.
Koo was asking last night, who is Ivy's true comp?
Do not say Amadou Diallo.
No, I'm not saying. I'm asking.
Ivy's-
Amadou Diallo.
Ivy's
Oladipo.
Victor Oladipo's a good one.
Yeah, I like that actually.
Victor
Before the
Oladipo's a
injury.
good one before the injury.
He's better. I mean,
He was not.
statistically, yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't.
He was really good. In
He was
Indiana.
way better. What do you mean, Nick?
Anna.
Yeah, he's better. Ivy has yet to have a season
Is
like Victor
John
Oladipo
Wall
because-
crazy? Yeah, he's not really.
No, John Wall's way crazy.
Yeah, John Wall played great defense.
Great finisher too.
Wall. Yeah.
Dude had the coolest dance
Ja-
ever.
Well,
Victor
I don't know.
Oladipo averaged 21 points for the Rockets.
Depot's a good one.
That was only 20 games though.
20 games. Yeah.
He averaged 20 and 21 for the Pacers. That was 9 games.
I don't know. That's a tough one. I'd have to think about that.
23. He played 75 games for the Pacers.
Maybe,
Oladipo's actually a great comp, by the way.
Did we said Lou Will, right?
He averaged a
Jordan
steal a
Clarkson
game.
was one. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what he is tomorrow.
I like the Oladipo one. A little less thicker.
Detroit Supremacy says
more
Jason
Jason
Tatum with
Tatum.
athleticism. That's a good one.
That's a good
Surprised
one.
you didn't say that.
Yeah, Chris has been trying to force some comps. or projections from the stars, and I said save your fucking Jason Tatum variants. We're good.
Well, that'll do it for us
Oh,
today.
real quick, why aren't the Knicks playing tonight? Did the Nuggets just play Sunday?
Yeah.
Would it make sense for the Knicks who closed out before?
The Timberwolves are waiting the longest, I believe. I think.
What time's that game tonight?
Probably
you're right.
fuck. It's probably like 8 o'clock.
Who do you guys? Is that too late for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that too late?
What?
Huh?
What time is it?
Too
Yeah,
late or too early?
I mean,
It's 10 o'clock?
I don't know. I hope it's 8
Dude,
o'clock.
that rain delay last night. I was
The rain delays
seriously pissed.
suck, dude.
I was mad.
And then they just
I was
gave up
angry.
6 runs
Hold
as
that,
soon as the
see,
rain
Tom-
delay
oh, no, it's
ended.
8:30.
I was
8:30? Okay,
Yeah,
beautiful.
money.
All right,
All
that'll
that,
do
see
it for us
Tomas.
today.
What time?
8:30
8:30 tonight.
Appreciate you guys tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button for Easy, for Nick, for Justin, for Walker, for Chris. I am Spencer.
Smash the like button.
Damn, it sounds like the morning show around here with all these people. We are the Heavyweights. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.